2. Whoa, I wasn't
The
going to
last
say
number's
it.
down.
That was sorry. Action!
Action.
Yay.
Are we starting?
We have started.
Oh.
This is it. It's happening. So, welcome to our first episode of our podcast.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't spoil the movie
By adding your own soundtrack. I'm sure no one's listening, but for those who are, my mom. Thanks for tuning in, Mom.
We love you, Mom. Oh, that's funny.
So I guess we can start by saying the name of the podcast.
Drop them with the name.
It's Please Don't Spoil the Movie. It's inspired by the AMC intro back in the day that used to tell people not to spoil the movie by talking too much.
You know, the whole please don't spoil the movie by adding your own soundtrack. The whole
Right.
zhuzh.
It's tight.
That's where we got that from. That was the Inspo.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. So, what is our podcast about? That's a great question.
What
we
is
can
it
ask
about?
Ourselves. When we started this podcast, or when I came to you about the idea of
Right,
starting the
'cause this is her
podcast,
idea.
because I love podcasts and I've always wanted to start one. So I went to my sister and I was like, "Hey, Jade's my sister. I'm Jordan. Hi, I'm Jordan.
Oh, right.
This is my sister Jade over
Hi,
here.
I'm Jade.
Yes. So when I went to I went to her for the idea of starting this podcast. I was like, "Hey, I want to start a podcast." That's all I got. No, just kidding. So I want to start a podcast about us watching movies. That's the only thing I can come up with because that's all we ever do is watch TV together. We're proud American women who watch TV and do nothing all day. And I just want to start a podcast about the movies we watch growing up that shaped our
Childhood.
our
The
childhood.
movies that raised us, basically.
Exactly. The movies that raised us.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. That created a generation and that created us.
That have transcended a generation. Phenomenal movies. Because we love cinema. That's who we are. We're cinemaphiles.
Yes.
That's a word, right?
I think it is. No, definitely. But I don't think people would call us that, but we can call ourselves that.
Right.
In a specific genre of movies.
Right.
Yes,
right.
we are.
Like, don't come asking us about, like, Gone with the Wind and Citizen
Exactly.
Kane. 'Cause
A
can't help
certain genre of movies made in a certain period of time. We got you.
you. Yeah.
So.
For sure, homie.
So, this is our first episode, and our first movie that we were gonna talk about / review. I don't know what we're gonna call this.
Right. Is it a review? Is it
I walk down memory lane.
a walk down? Is it nostalgia? What is it? We don't really know. Is it a Joe's? Is it a Kiki? Is it all of the above? Probably.
Yes.
So,
A review sounds too formal.
yeah.
It sounds like I know what I'm talking about. I don't.
Right.
I just know what I know. But our first episode is actually going to be about Mean Girls.
A cult classic. A phenomenon.
In high school, this is the movie that you had to know. Now this is the movie you had to know.
You had to know this movie when you were like... This movie came out when we were like 8, so... We saw this movie in theaters. It was me, you, our friend Ariel, and her mom, Miss Stacy. And we were like in the... It was before Katrina, because this movie came out in 2004. So, we were like...
I don't
8.
remember why
Yes.
we see this movie.
Yes. And Miss Stacy was like, this was not appropriate for
Did
them
she?
to see as children.
It was not.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. When I actually read something about this movie and it said that it was originally supposed to be an R-rated movie. I guess, they edited stuff out, but it was originally
right.
supposed to be an R-rated movie.
It gives R-rated vibes.
Yeah.
It really does. It's like on the cusp.
What is it rated?
PG-13.
Is it PG-13?
We couldn't have seen it if it was R-rated.
Right. Is that so it's PG-13 R-rated? I get right. Yeah. So it's PG-13.
Oh my
But we're
God.
talking about Mean Girls. So Mean Girls is if I had to summarize Mean Girls, I would say it's about a girl, foreign white woman, at the age of 16. Foreign white woman goes to the USA and
And she has to
Yes.
accumulate and acclimate to
Yes, there we go.
American high school, which is not an easy thing to do.
right. But let's hop in because when you said that I had a million questions. I'm like, what was her high school like in South Africa? Because I can't imagine. Was she homeschooled? She was
a South African homeschooled jungle freak.
She was. Which I don't understand why she had to be South African. Well,
Okay.
she had to be homeschooled because...
I know. I don't think they said she was from South Africa. She was just from Africa. They didn't specify where in Africa she was from.
No, they definitely say she's from South Africa.
No.
Did we just suggest... Oh, did I just assume she's from South Africa?
Yeah.
Well, she's definitely from South Africa.
No, they were.
Wait, I'm not... Right, I agree. You're saying that they didn't specify, but I'm specifying that she's from South Africa.
But here's the situation. Why? Okay, so in the movie, they say that she spent 12 years in Africa. So that means she would have had moved to Africa because, okay, she's a junior in high school. So she would be 16, 17 max. So that means when she was born, they moved to Africa when she was 3 or 4. She spent 12 years in Africa. Where is the African accent? Where is it? Okay, so here's my thing. So here's what I love to do. When I was just a young whippersnapper, a young lady, I would spend my days on Google, Googling movies and just like seeing like who directed the movie, who starred in the movie, how much the movie made, yada yada yada. Like I would literally go on Google and just Google movies, see what movie was coming out, who was starring it, how much the budget was. I used to do that all the time. So
weird.
I love looking up that kind of information. So I'm
tell me
gonna start
some.
it off by, giving that info. So this is where.
Oh, can I guess how much I think they made?
Okay, yeah, but first let me
Oh, okay, sorry.
do my stuff. Yeah. So the movie was distributed by Paramount Pictures. SNL creator Lorne Michaels. I don't know if for those of you who watch Saturday Night Live, the guy who's like the showrunner for SNL who created it. He produced the movie. For a while I didn't know this, but I think a lot of people know it now. Tina Fey, who was also an SNL alum, Tina Fey wrote the movie. And obviously, she also stars in it. She plays the teacher, Mrs. Norbury. She plays Mrs. Norbury. And so the movie, the screenplay, is based off of a self-help book called Queen Bees and Wannabes. So my question is, why was Tina Fey, an adult woman, reading a self-help book about teenagers? But the fact that you can pull a movie like Mean Girls out of a self-help book is like riveting. That's amazing.
Who is the self-help book for? I probably should have just read the synopsis of the self-help book because was it like this lady talking about how she was scarred during high school and how she bounced back from that?
That's up your alley. You like to read books.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and read the synopsis because, I'm not sure. I never thought about how
I don't
got that
understand how
from
she
this.
could have pulled this movie from a self-help book. Like, that's crazy to me.
So like, what was she talking about this self-help book?
Right. But she did it, girl.
This was for children. Or not children, teenagers.
Okay, so my next note. Okay, you can go ahead and guess
Okay,
how much
so
it made at the
how much
box
they
office.
made.
Do you want to guess the budget as well?
Let me guess the budget. I'm not really good at this, so I'm going to guess.
I'm so good at this. I wish I didn't know it so I could also
Because
guess.
I feel like I'm going to guess something super low. So I'm going to say the budget was $1 million. Is
Oh my god.
that too high or too low?
$1 million.
200 million?
That would
Okay.
$1 million.
$200 million? Too much? Wait.
Oh my god, $5 million? Jesus. Okay, that's a little bit better. $1 million would probably get you like one
Sorry.
scene, girl.
Okay, different time.
That wouldn't even pay the actor. That wouldn't even pay Lindsay Lohan, girl.
So $5 million is the budget?
No.
What? Well, my guess is $10 million.
Okay, the budget. Are you ready for
Yeah.
it? The budget was $17 million.
Okay.
That's kind of like accurate for like a teen
school,
movie
right.
that doesn't have like any action. Like an action movie that probably runs between like 90 to
Right.
like 200. If it's a Marvel movie,
Right.
probably like $500 million.
Yes, Spider-Man, got it.
But yeah, so do you wanted to guess
Yes,
how much it made at the box office?
I'm going to go my 200 million. No.
Oh, okay. That wasn't terrible,
Yeah.
but that's not it.
That's my guess. That's what I'm sticking with.
Okay, so it made $130 million at the box office.
Low ball, because
No, I mean that's the
That's a
budget was. That was you just screaming out the word lowball.
right. I just meant like it should have made more. It's an icon.
Honestly, it really should have. But I mean, to say that the movie made $113 million 113 in revenue, whatever.
Right.
Like 100. You know, it was a huge. It was a box office success.
Right.
That's what you would call a box office success.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it should have made more. But I mean, it's obviously become like a huge cult classic.
Yes.
And I have in my notes here that they made, you know, like a made for TV sequel that I've never seen and probably will never watch because it looks awful. And then, you know, they obviously have a musical now.
Yes, the musical.
Yes, Mean Girls the musical.
Yeah, check it out.
So it's been a huge success.
Yes,
You know,
it is.
it has been the birthplace of many now famous actors. I would say there are majority of them are at least B-list.
Right. Right. There's some good actors in here.
Yeah.
Right. You're true.
Mainly the girls. Though.
Right. A lot of people. Right. The girls.
Yeah.
Some
Guys
peop-
didn't really.
No.
Yeah, they couldn't. They couldn't hold a candle to
Yeah.
these women.
No.
So,
Anywho, so let's dive into the movie.
let's dive in.
We can talk about the opening act.
How does that shooting?
We're just gonna go.
Right.
Okay. So in my head, so we see Katie in Africa, and she's just discovered that her parents are moving her to the United States of America. I don't know what city. I wish I did.
Oh, so the movie is set also, this was also in my notes, but I did mention it. The movie is set in the suburbs of Chicago, but it was actually filmed in Toronto. Oh, actually, I have more notes.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry.
Come on,
Okay,
hit me
so
with
that
the
was
hot
like
stuff.
the other stuff. But now I have casting notes. So this is what happened in regards to like casting. So Lindsay Lohan originally read for Regina George, but you know the director and the casting department thought she would be a better fit for Katie, and for whatever reason, I don't know why, she thought like, this is kind of ironic. She thought that like playing the mean girl would like harm her reputation, so she took the main role. Oh my god, it's gonna ruin my reputation, honey. You've gone to prison. Honey, you've gone to prison. But yeah. So, and then also Amanda Seyfried, however you say her last name. She also read for Regina, but like when she went to the table read, the casting.
She plays Karen, by the way. Right.
She plays Karen. For those of you who don't know, the dummy. She played like the Regina role. Like when she read for it, she played it like really like dumb and like bubbly. So they were like, "Oh, we think you'd be better for Karen." So that's how she ended up getting that role.
Yeah.
And then Rachel McAdams, who obviously was casted as Regina, she auditioned and she played it very like sweet but like sinister.
Scary.
And like like evil at the same time, and so that's how she ended up getting the role as Regina. And then Lizzie Kaplan, that's the girl who plays Janice. So she was considered too pretty to be Janice. Because if you
she was considered too pretty to be Janice. Oh yes, I could see that. I mean, outside of
if you
Mean
see
Girls.
her now, like okay,
Yeah.
she actually is pretty.
Yeah. Right, yes, but that's not how she showed up to the
I guess.
She didn't show up.
Didn't she know she was supposed to come in character?
No.
But anywho, so they were like, "Oh, she's too pretty," because the director was apparently going for like a Kelly Osbourne look.
Right, that's what we got.
Yeah, I mean that's what she delivered.
Yes.
But apparently, she was able to convey emotion really well, so that's how she ended up with that role. Who else? Who else is on the docket? Oh, Evan Rachel Wood, the girl from 13 and Russ World. The main girl from West. She's the main girl?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've never watched the show. So she was offered a role. I don't know who, though.
She's also in Cajillionaire. That movie me and Mom were watching downstairs.
Oh, right. Yeah, her.
She's amazing.
Oh, right. Yeah. So she was offered a role, but she turned it down. Blake Lively did like final test runs to play Karen Smith, you know, the airhead. But producers decided to keep looking. Ashley Tisdale auditioned for Gretchen Wieners. You know, High School Musical. Ashley Tisdale, Sharpay Evans.
Way too much.
Yeah, I think she would have been a good. No,
She'd have been.
I think she would have been better as a Karen.
Maybe.
I feel like she could have played dumb because she did Sharpay.
Right. I just keep thinking of that haircut she had in High School Musical, and I just can't get past it.
Yeah. And then Jonathan Bennett, I guess that's his last name, the guy who plays Aaron Samuels. He was a last-minute cast replacement because the actor who originally was supposed to play him was fired. Why? I don't know, but he got fired.
That's hot too.
James Franco, who I would have loved to see in the movie.
Yeah.
He was considered for the role of, Aaron Samuels. Why it didn't work out, I don't know, but I would much have rather to look at James Franco than nobody Jonathan Bennett, because oh my god, he was so basic looking.
That opinion is before he turned out to be a creep.
right. Yeah, thank you for the disclaimer. I no longer support James Franco, but 2004 Jade, before we knew he was a monster, would have really a sexual predator, would really have enjoyed to see him in that role. He was good looking then, but now whatever. And who else? Oh, but the guy who plays Aaron Samuels, he got the role because Tina Fey thought he resembled Jimmy Fallon,
I saw that too.
who was also on SNL. I don't
get the appeal, but sure.
Right.
Sure. I'm like, okay.
Sure. And then these are my last little notes. Okay, so Tina Fey wrote she wanted Amy Poehler to be in the movie, so like she created the like mom character for her.
Iconic.
So she was scared because I guess they were like quote unquote young at the time, but they don't look that young. She was like, oh, they're not gonna let her be in the movie because Amy Poehler looks too young to play a teen mom. And she also wanted the black guy, whatever, the principal. She wanted him in the movie, so she casted him as like the principal. And it was just supposed to be them two in the movie. But then, the girl who plays Katie's mom.
Yeah.
She used to be on SNL too. So it was just like a big SNL party. Like she was added later. Yeah, she used to be on SNL.
Oh, I'm going to look back.
With all of them. Like they were all on there at the same time.
Interesting. I don't remember.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. Let's go through the movie.
Okay.
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm into it. But,
we hope you guys are into it. The three of you that are listening, but
sure. Hope these are fun facts to you. But we first get introduced to Katie. I thought she was from South Africa, but I guess she's just from Africa.
Right.
And she's being sent off to go to school in apparently Chicago, which I didn't realize that's where it's supposed to be, which is cool. You found out. But you said it was shot in Toronto?
It was shot in Toronto.
I wonder why. Interesting.
A lot of movies are shot in Toronto. You'd be surprised at the amount of movies that are shot in Toronto. She's the Man was shot in Toronto. I know these things.
Why we have to look into that.
A lot of movies are shot in Toronto.
But why Toronto? Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they have the scenic view. I don't know. I guess it's like the LA of Canada.
Right. Just weird. Yeah. Just like why go all the way out of the
right?
US?
Why go out of the
like
country
more money
to shoot this American movie? I don't know.
But yeah,
maybe it's cheap. I don't know. Canadians are nice.
I'm into it. But so she's in America, Chicago. This is her first day of school. Do you? I wanted to point this out. I made a note about it. Did you notice, like, right in the opening scenes, like her parents drop her off at high school. She's about to cross the street, and boom, she almost gets hit by the bus.
Oh no!
Foreshadowing.
Oh my goodness.
She almost gets hit by the bus. She's like, I don't know, because in the end, we all know Regina gets hit by the bus. I don't know if it was fate or the fact that this bus driver drives too freaking fast.
Right.
Someone was bound to get hit by
It's really reckless.
But Katie almost gets hit by the bus in the very opening scene.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that.
I guess they're putting in their heads like, this bus driver is out of control. Watch out in the streets. Do not take your 16-year-old or maybe like 15-year-old girl, daughter to school here because she might die and get hit by a school bus. That's a lesson from this movie. Watch out for school buses.
That's a message there.
Yes.
That's a message.
Yes. So Katie goes into school. She's walking around. She's trying to make friends. She goes to her first class with Mrs. What's her name? Tell me the teacher's name.
She misses the first class?
No, she goes to her first class. And
Mrs. Norberry.
Mrs. Norberry.
Don't sit behind him because he farts a lot. Remember?
Iconic.
Yeah. And then...
What's the other ones?
Oh, then she's like getting up to go to the bathroom. And the teacher's like, where are you going? She's like, the bathroom. He's like, you have to go ask her to go to the bathroom. God, right. She's like, can I go to the bathroom? He's like, sit down.
Which is now that she says it, is a crazy thing. Like,
it's like, why you getting up? Like, you literally have to ask permission to go to the bathroom.
And he said no.
But that was weird.
No, the fact that she was like, he said no to her having to pee.
Yeah,
that's a crazy concept.
I mean, I feel like in high school I was told no, that I couldn't go to the bathroom.
Yeah, crazy.
Right.
ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Like, how are you gonna tell me I cannot release
Yeah.
myself?
Oh, you
Like,
can't go pee. Oh,
so I don't know. Let's fast forward. Mrs. Norbury, she spills coffee all over her top because Katie runs into her.
fun fact.
The principal is like, "Why is your top off?" I don't know, but I kind of like it. And then he's like,
My favorite part in the scene is when the teacher is like, you have a new student from Africa, and they look at the black girl dressed in like African
right, her
garb.
twist and her shark necklace.
She's like, I'm from where's she
Where's
from?
she from? I'm from Wisconsin.
I'm from Michigan.
Oh yeah, Michigan.
I'm from
She's like,
Michigan.
wait, she's like, I'm from Detroit, girl.
Why? And I never understood why everyone keeps calling her Caddy.
If you look how it's spelled, it's literally pronounced Caddy. Why would they spell her name like that?
But whose
It's
name-
I think it's spelled Cadey. It's literally
C-A-D-Y,
Caddy.
I thought. But whose name is Caddy? It's not a name. But anywho, she doesn't make any friends. She's basically day one a loser. And then what happens?
Oh, yeah, the next
can
day.
we talk about? Oh, sorry. Can we talk about when she goes up to the black people and says Jumbo?
Oh my god, Jumbo.
Jumbo. Are all black people from Africa?
Right. Why you thought they was gonna know what you was talking about, girl? Why you thought that?
Jumbo.
Jumbo.
I guess she's new to the city, but no, honey, we're not African. We're
Right.
African American. I don't know.
Girl, they ain't never been to Africa. They don't know nothing about
I don't
Africa.
know about no Jumbo.
They don't know what's going on over
I
there.
don't know what that means. Jumbo. I don't know what. Which one is that? Which language is that? I don't even
Right, you speaking Swahili? Like what?
know. That didn't sound like anything. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know what
Girl.
Jumbo. I just thought it was hilarious.
Zulu? Like how they supposed to know what you're talking about? Talk about some Jumbo.
Right. So her first day of school goes terribly. Clearly, it's not for her.
She goes in the little stall.
Oh, she eats.
She's got her little lunch tray on her knees. Oh my god, that's so sad.
The scene is so sad. She eats lunch in the basically
In the
bathroom stall.
That's disgusting.
It's also very
That's
disgusting.
so nasty.
Every time I'm just like, what if someone came in there and had to like drop the kids off at the pool? I'm like, what do you do?
Huh?
You're not,
Drop the kids off the pool.
you're not familiar with that term.
No.
Actually, Brooke put me on this. Drop the kids off at the pool.
Oh, someone's taking a poo. Oh. You know what I say? I got like taking a bloop bloop.
that's a good one.
Yeah. I've never heard that. That's funny.
I got that one from Brooke, my friend
That's a
Brooke.
good one. Okay, shout out to Brooke. I
yeah.
like that one.
It's
But yeah, she was, oh my gosh, she was eating the bathroom. That was so sad. She gets home. The mom and dad are like, did you have a good day? And she's like, no. She like literally hates them because
Yeah.
they uprooted her life.
From Africa to the United States of America. Chicago,
that's
of all
tough.
places.
Couldn't be
I don't
me.
really think about Chicago. Go Chicago.
And then, but
She-
the next day,
She doesn't sit by. Where
she doesn't sit behind.
She gets a better seat.
She gets a better seat. She sits next to Janice and Damien.
Yes.
They
They
jokes her.
Right. And she gets to go hang out with them. She skips class to go hang out with Janice. And then we meet, also, the pivotal scene, we meet Janice. Wait, hold on. We meet Janice, who is the star of the frickin' show. I love Janice Ian. She is my spirit animal in some terms. I love her as a person and an actress. I don't remember her real name. But I love Janice Ian.
I forgot her
Love
real
that.
name too. No one cares.
But I'm so glad we meet her. She's
right.
the real.
Nice wig, Janice. What's it made of? Your mom's chest hair. What a lie. What a delivery.
Once again,
She dug down deep in her soul and hit him. Your mom's chest hair.
Right.
Like,
She'd be
went-
ready.
She went.
When she came back to school after being
ostracized.
ostracized. I wasn't going to try to say it because I knew I wasn't able to say it. From the community of high school, she came back and she was ready to drag a bee.
She was, girl.
Drag this bee, that bee, all the bees.
Girl, she
At
was.
a drop of a hat, I would drag you.
And then
and your
we're
mama.
also introduced to Damien, who's too gay to function.
Lovely man.
And
then
skip.
They skip school.
Skip.
And then right after that, we get that iconic sex ed scene.
Wait. Don't have sex because you'll get pregnant and die. Don't have sex in the missionary position. Don't have sex standing up. Just don't do it, okay? Promise.
Okay.
Okay. Now everybody take some rubbers.
Classic.
I guess I'll never know what I missed in that day in health class.
Important stuff.
That's what she missed, girl.
And then while she's outside, at the
Oh yeah, they go
skipping school.
outside. Where's the back building? Oh, it burned down in 1989.
Oh, see, I was thinking about it. But she also gets They're interested in the plastics.
And Katie's like, oh, they're talking about the plastics because they're coming out in gym class. Because Damon's like, can you believe all the plastics are in the same gym class? And Katie's like, who are the plastics? And Damon, I have this quote written
Jesus.
down.
I was like, this is quote in every scene.
This is a good one though. Damon's like, they're teen royalty. If North Shore was U.S. Weekly, they would always be on the cover. And then Janice goes, and then they're playing that song, Miss What's Happening, that Missy Elliott song. And then Janice is like, that one right there, that's Karen Smith. She's one of the dumbest girls you'll ever meet. And then Damien's like, she sat next to me in English last year. She asked me how to spell orange.
After I saw that scene, I was like, I had to make sure I knew how to spell orange.
Girl, for real.
I
I was like, that's literally. And then Janice is like, that little one right over there, that's Gretchen Wieners. And then Damien's like, she's totally rich because her dad invented toaster strudel. First of all, you know how rich you gotta be? If your dad invented toaster strudel, that's like your dad invented the Pop-Tart.
Right.
Toaster strudel?
She should have been, which I'm sure is part of
she's a billionaire.
Yeah, she should have been the top
She
girl, which I'm sure was a lot of the,
But she was brunette, so, In 2004, a brunette as a girl? I don't think so.
Preposterous.
Blasphemy. Goodness. And then, she knows everybody's business. She knows everything about everyone. And that's why her hair's so big. It's full of secrets. And evil takes human form in Regina George. Don't be fooled because she may seem like your typical selfish, backstabbing, slut-faced whole bag. But in reality, she's so much more than that. I thought that was weird at the end when she's like, she's so much more than that. It's like, are you in love with her? Like,
maybe she's like saying, while she might be
but she's really not more than that. Like, she really
well,
isn't.
maybe she might be like evil. But she'll make you feel special and she'll make you want to like her, but she's deep down evil.
Yeah.
It's just she's more than that. Because there's mean girls and they're mean, but there's mean girls who make you want to like them and you want them to like you too.
Yeah.
And you think they're nice, but they're not nice, and it's confusing.
It's a mine. F.
Okay, so if you had to be any mean girl, Regina George.
Maybe.
Which one do you identify with, or which one do you have to be with? Like, you had to be one. What's the closest one?
I mean, if I had to say, who am I? I'm 100% Janice. Like,
well, yeah, it has to be plastic.
Oh, a plastic.
Oh,
okay. I thought we meant out of the 5 main ladies. Out of the 3,
which one are you? Which one you like? If you,
I'm not gonna lie, I don't have enough leadership qualities to be Regina.
Which get to be one of them for a day? Which one would you have to be?
I mean, if I got to pick, I would want to be Regina. Okay. But in reality, who do I really think I am? Maybe a blend between. I could say I'm kind of spacey like Karen.
I would want to be Karen.
I don't think I'm as messy as Gretchen.
Gretchen has too much energy. Yeah. She's got too much to overcome. I would want to be Karen.
Yeah.
Karen
just she be chilling, son.
I'm part of the team. I'm hot.
She I'm chilling, bro.
I'm in between everything. I know everything's going on because these two girls don't like each other. I'm always in the middle. I know everything. I know everything about everyone.
I'm cute. I'm in it.
Yeah.
No one really bothering me like that.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out the weather.
just touching my boobs.
Right.
Trying to figure out if it's raining or not.
Is it raining? Right.
Is it raining? No. The boobs say it is,
And then, so she introduces the plastics, and then they go to the lunch. They go to lunch. They go to the cafeteria.
Right. And then she spells out
she gets
every possible teen lunch clique that there is.
This is like the map from Harry Potter, but in Mean Girl world.
Right. First of all, I guess that's when we're first introduced to the idea that Janice can draw. Because if you look at that sketch, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Jay had this question when we watched the movie the other night. She was like, when did we learn that Janice
out of nowhere, she was like, hey, I have an art show. And then she throws down the paper and it's this gorgeous photo. But you're never introduced to the fact that she can draw, besides when she said at the end of the movie when she's like, hey, I have an art show coming up. When we knew you could draw, girl.
I was okay with it, Jade.
I was why was that not a prerequisite to the beginning of the film? Why weren't we introduced to her in art club or something?
Look at her. She's got to put out all. Look at her hair. Of course, she's artistic. She's either
a rocker,
smoking weed in the back somewhere, doing weird stuff with her friends, or she's an artist. And she went to artist, man.
I guess. But anywho,
She's the word, she's the devil, or she's the artist. Those her look wise, that's the only two options.
I guess.
She would have been worse for her. But okay, so these are the cliques in the cafeteria. I'm going to say it. You have your freshmen, your ROTC guys, preps.
What is
JV jocks.
ROTC?
ROTC, like military guys, right? ROTC.
I don't know.
Like I don't know what the freaking stands for it, but like young military ROTC.
Oh.
That's like if you wanted to be like a military guy in like high school or a girl.
That is such a niche group. I've never.
Yeah, when I typed this up, I was like, oh, I don't remember that being that specific, but that's what she said. Okay, JV jocks, Asian nerds, cool Asians, varsity jocks, unfriendly black hotties, girls who eat their feelings, girls who don't eat anything, desperate wannabes, burnouts, sexually active band geeks, the greatest people you ever meet, and the worst. Beware the plastics.
Sexual active band geeks. That one, I was like, is that a thing?
I think it's like a twist on what's that movie? American Pie.
That's all, folks.
American Pie, because in American Pie,
are they banned? Maybe.
No,
so.
the girl he likes.
Oh yeah, that girl. She is.
She makes.
And she goes to band camp, and all they do at band camp is have sex.
Yes. So I think it's like a little thing that everyone thinks people who are in band have sex. I don't know.
Maybe so. We went to all girl schools, so we wouldn't know.
Our band geeks did not have sex with each other. That's my knowledge.
Right.
Okay, so in this, I think I'm gonna sit at I honestly don't have it to cut out for an unfriendly black hottie. I don't have the face for it. I'm just too nice.
Oh, you're saying you can't sit at the unfriendly black hottie table?
I would want to sit at the black hottie table. I just
Jordan,
can't be unfriendly.
That's our only options. Right. We can't sit with the cool Asians.
I was thinking the greatest people you ever meet or burnouts could be fun.
I'm literally either sitting with the unfriendly black hotties or the plastics.
I just don't like. I don't like what they're putting on us. Unfriendly. I'm friendly.
They was probably so kind,
right.
So nice. They probably went to church, Bible study.
They came out
of the choir.
Yeah, they weren't mean. They was like, Jumbo. They were like, why are you saying Jumbo to us?
First, yeah, they weren't being mean. They were like, why is this a woman coming up to us?
Exactly.
And trying to be down and speak African lingo. No, I'm good. Why would speak African? That's racist. I just gonna assume because our skin is black that we know African, ma'am. That's why I was looking at her crazy. Not because it was unfriendly, because she was being a fool.
She was wow, just wow. So maybe I'm saying that I'm friending black hotties. I'm going to go ahead and say that they're just been miscategorized, and they're not unfriendly. They're just regular black people.
They're just black people,
and just on a predominantly white school, and they're just surviving.
They literally are. And
if I see a spinoff, that's a spinoff I want to see. I'm friending black hotties.
Oh yeah, what was going on? And the cool Asians.
Cool Asians. Asian nerds and cool Asians. Give them a show. I'm into it.
I'm straight on the Asian nerds. The cool Asians, yeah. Let's see what's going on. The cool Asians were hooking up with the teachers, okay?
Oh, that's drama. We'll get to that. But anywho, so she's in the cafeteria for the first time. She's on her way to see her new friend, Janice. But she gets stopped by the plastics. She sits down by the plastic and she makes a move that's going to change the rest of her freaking life.
What happens is
we don't have to play by every scene. We're just gonna word switch every scene.
It's like
all night.
Well, I just thought it was such a quote. Okay, because the movie
this movie is very quotable.
Like literally every line out of the movie is quotable. There's not a sentence that's not quotable. So I wrote them all down. But when he was like, "Is your muffin buttered?" And then she's like, Jason, you can't just come to my house, hook up with Gretchen, and then scam on some innocent girl 3 days later. Do you want to have sex with him? No. Well, there you have it. So you can go shave your back now. Bye, Jason. A read, girl. Drag him. A read.
Why would he even try that in front of her?
Why?
You know better.
You know better. Better act the fool in front of Regina George. You came asking for smoke and you got fired.
So she sits at the table and they are. You think they're being nice to her?
They're grilling her.
You think they're grilling her?
I mean, they're grilling her, but like I would too. Not in the sense of like in a bad way, but I would ask like a gazillion questions too. Like if you're African, if you're from Africa, why are you white?
That's a deep question.
That's a real question.
It's just a deep question.
Girl, why is you white?
Did more than this movie.
Stop gentrifying Africa.
Yes.
Why was you over there?
That's a topic for another podcast, honestly.
Yeah. We don't do that here.
I don't know the ins and out, but it feels wrong. I
doesn't feel right with
want
my
to know
spirit.
Regina George's beef with Fetch.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. That's Fetch. I'm not
What is
against it.
Is it French? Is that what she says?
I think yeah, it's like French slang.
What's the origin? Right.
I think that's what she says. But I'm not mad at the word Fetch.
She wants somebody to snap at, and Gretchen is an
Stop trying to make
EG
that happen.
easy target.
I think here's my thing. I think Regina George is the number one. The number one. What's that movie? That show. The number one. Okay, I want to bring it in here. Anyway, I think she's the number one girl, and I think Gretchen is a close second to number one. And Regina George seizes it because Gretchen Venus has the money.
Oh, she got the money, honey.
Yes, and I guess Regina's just always trying to put her like in your place. Like you're number two. Stay number two. You can't make up with
you can't come up here inventing stuff. I'm only the person who gets to invent words.
You can't come from your trip from Paris, talk about some fetch this and fetch that.
Yeah.
One thing you fetching, girl, is I don't know, but it's not
that toaster strudel.
But I don't get her. I like fetch. That's so fetch. I think it could have become a thing.
I mean, we like fetch because it's in the movie, and we like.
I don't think it sounds crazy. That's so fetch.
I feel like it doesn't sound crazy because we've heard it a gazillion times in the movie.
No, I really do think that's so fetch. That's fetch. I think it sounds cool. I'm into it. I mean, I'm not gonna say.
I think
because right
I think
now
you're biased.
No,
because you see the movie 100 times, so it just feels like a natural word at this point. Like we've seen this movie since we were 11.
no, I think fetch. Yeah, right, but I think
And you're 26,
Yes.
so it feels.
But I've
normal
heard
now.
words now that I'm like, ew, gross. But I don't think it sounds crazy. Fetch.
because you're used to it.
No, I disagree.
Okay, moving on.
Strongly disagree.
Wow, we're literally still at them in the cafeteria.
Yes. Okay. So she goes to lunch. She's now plastic. Janice is like, okay, great. Let's, do the skin.
Oh yeah, you sat with them. Like, oh my god, what did all the crazy
Right.
stuff that they said? Right.
Janice,
And she was like, she was really nice. She was nice. And then, oh yeah, they're in the bathroom, and Damien's in the girls' bathroom washing his hands. She's like, hey, you can't be in here. He's like, oh my god, Danny DeVito, I love your work. First of all,
It's crazy.
as a child, I didn't get that.
Which
But
one?
now-
While he was in the bathroom or
No, the fact that he called her Danny DeVito. I was
Oh,
like, who
right.
is Danny
Danny
DeVito? Now that I know who Danny DeVito is, for those of you who don't know, he's that really short guy with like the bald head at the middle, but he has like hair around his scalp.
plays the
and
penguin
he's
in,
on
like the old.
Yeah, he's in the
Batman
Penguin,
movies.
and he plays the dad in Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, and the what you call it?
yes,
And Matilda.
oh yeah, and he plays the dad in
And Matilda,
Matilda,
most importantly.
a movie that we'll be doing later. The fact that he called her Danny DeVito is so foul.
Striker.
Like that's wrong. Like you're wrong for that. First of all, he's funny for that.
He's funny for being in the woman's bathroom.
First of all, yes, he's funny for that.
He's before his time.
And then he's like Danny DeVito.
I love your work.
He's wrong for that. You know how played I would be if somebody called me Danny DeVito.
Chased her out of the girl's bathroom.
Like my God.
He's like, bye now. You know I come in this woman's bathroom. Get over it. This is what I do. No one's stopping me. And sure, you're not either, Danny DeVito.
Literally. And then that's when Janice
This
calls. This is when
plan.
Janice calls Regina scum sucking road whore who ruined her life. Yeah.
And they come up with the plan that, or what's her name?
No, they
Chatty.
don't.
Well, they put it in her mind that we know Janice wants Katie to hang out with them so that she can infiltrate the plastics. Now Katie is not fully on board at this moment,
Right.
but that is Janice's plan, and she's kind of going along with it.
Right. And then what happens the next day? They wear
They go
pink
to the mall. Yes,
Oh.
they go. She wears pink. She borrows a pink shirt.
from. Oh yeah, do you have anything pink? Because oh yeah, they're giving her the rules, and they're like, on Wednesdays we wear pink.
Right,
And
and they're
then-
like basically the first generation influencers.
Right.
They're like they are the it girls. Where we wear pink. You don't do this. You don't do that.
You can't sit with us.
Yeah, you can't sit with us.
I mean, if I were wearing whatever today, I'd be sitting over there with the. What
Right.
did she say? Who cares?
What the burnouts, the sexually active bandits, someone who's making out with each other.
No, she's talking about Damien and Janice because that's when he's putting
blue.
yeah, he's putting baloney on his
Yeah.
face. I was like, that's disgusting. But anywho, so the next day she wears pink. They're at the
Right,
mall,
and then she meets. No, I think that's the same day she meets Aaron Samuels.
Oh,
the most basic white man ever.
Oh my goodness, the fact that
Not handsome.
that is the one, besides the fact that she doesn't have an African accent, that is the one downfall of this movie.
He's not hot.
He is as plain as rice, as boring as my fingernails. Like, he looks like a foot. He doesn't look like anything.
He's not ugly. He's just like, oh, okay.
He's just literally
he came out looking like he
there.
came out looking regular.
And
The haircut is awful.
terrible.
His outfits aren't that hot. And the only thing he has going for him is a personality, and that's just not enough.
I don't even think his personality was that great.
Oh,
I
he
think
seemed
he was
nice.
a little...
He was confusing.
yeah, he was confused.
He was like, I'm so cool and down to earth, but you're dating Regina George.
right. He's like, I'm just such
I'm
a nice
above this.
guy. I care about my family and friends and soccer, but I'm dating the most evil, vile
Right.
person in this entire school, maybe the greater metropolitan Chicago area.
Right. Which either shows that Regina George is a complicated person, or Aaron Samuels is full of
Yes, and oh my god, he just and I know there were so many good-looking guys that auditioned for this movie, and for whatever reason, he got picked because he looked like Jimmy Fallon, another basic-looking man, and it's just ridiculous.
But I also am into the fact that he just looked like a regular high schooler. But I just don't also get like, the women have to turn out for this role. The
Right.
ladies have to turn out for this role.
They had to show up and show out,
Right.
and he just had to show up.
You just have to show up. So they go. So the next scene that I find very crazy or wild or sticks out to me is when they're at the mall and they found out, what's her name?
That girl.
Gretchen Wieners' crush
Yeah.
is dating someone else, and then they called her mom at pretending to be.
Talk about being Planned Parenthood. Talk about something. They got her test results and call me back because it's urgent. When we watch, okay, I have this in my notes. When we wrote this. When we saw this as a child, I was like, "What's Planned Parenthood? What's going on here?"
So I saw it was drama, but I didn't understand
Right.
the weight of it all,
The gravity of
Right.
the situation.
that.
I honestly, I was like, first of all, I don't think I even knew what Planned Parenthood was until I was like maybe 22 years old. So I really didn't get that until like the other day.
Right. Until we rewatched it, I'm like, all right. But that's a really mean thing to do.
Terrible.
Because your mom is not gonna believe you. How do you be like that? It was I don't even know. Like that's a
Because
lie.
in reality, she probably is having sex.
Right.
So it's just like, you can't be like, well, mom, I'm a virgin, because you're probably not. But then it's just like what do you do? It's just like, I mean, yeah,
weird.
she's not pregnant, probably, but
Just mean.
it's awful.
Just mean.
That's a terrible thing to do.
Just
She's a mean girl.
But y'all been like, why are you involved?
Why you thought about that?
No, why are you involved with my mama?
Why you calling mama? Why you got my mama phone number?
That was, I guess, best then. That was like easier because it was like on the phone book. But like,
I
why are you
guess.
calling my mama? Why is you calling my mama?
But yeah, that was foul.
So mean. Okay, and then after the mall, we go to Regina George's house.
Oh yeah, check out her mom's boob job. Her tits are as hard as rock.
More importantly, she gets the master freaking bedroom.
Oh right. I made them trade me.
What the hell?
Right.
That's the demon again. She's an evil person.
You know how good and manipulative and like slick of a talker you gotta be to
Right.
talk your parents out of the master bedroom so you can have it.
It's ridiculous. I don't get it.
That's-
What is going on?
That's
I
crazy.
honestly want to know more about her father, what he does,
right.
how would he's clearly being abused emotionally
By the mama
mentally.
and Regina.
Yes, and I'm
Both
sure by
of
the
them.
little daughter. I don't know what she's up to, but I'm sure she gets whatever she wants. And
He really needs a son.
he needs to get out. He needs to run away. He has no chance. No chance. They got the right
Zero.
one. They got the right one.
They got the right one.
Yes, they scamming him. They all scamming him.
They are.
And then we get to the dog biting scene.
Oh yeah, the dog bites.
I never thought about it. Okay, so apparently they put cocktail wieners in her boob area, and that's how the dog like
Oh,
it was on her. I never thought about how that scene went. Or kind
you
of
Googled that?
it was like a fun fact. I googled a fun fact, and that was one of them. And That's how they got the dog to go crazy.
That dog was cutting up.
Yeah, but I always wondered, like, okay, so that's how the dog. So the dog is really biting on something. I mean, clearly not her breasts. But I was wondering, like, okay, what's the padding she's got on?
Oh, I never even thought about that. Like, that never even crossed my mind. I thought the dog was just, like, trained or something.
Oh, no. Well, he probably is trained, but, you know.
Right.
And then we get introduced to the freaking burn book. The burn book.
Somebody made out with a hot dog. Damien's 2 gave the function.
What's else? Tran Packs.
Train Pack is a...
What did she say?
Oh, no. Train Pack made out with Coach Carr?
Something like that.
Yeah.
There's somebody else.
Somebody's a fat virgin.
Yeah.
Still half true. Still half true. Yeah.
But burn book. What do you think about the burn book? Do you have a burn book? Did you have a burn book in high school?
Why would anybody have that? I think people tried to create burn books after this movie came out.
I do think so too. But it's like,
I mean, the most anybody ever did was like write, like have a physical yearbook and write like really mean things
stuff.
about
Ouch.
people next to their picture. But no one prints out photos and like creates their own yearbook / burn book of every girl in the grade. Look how honestly,
that's a lot.
the most.com. Do you know how much effort that took?
But these girls,
They took because it wasn't an actual yearbook.
Right.
They took the pictures of the actual girls from
their
a
son.
physical yearbook, put it in a book, created the book, decorated the book, and then chose to write something about each and every single girl.
I wonder, did they did they choose something for each girl, or they were like, oh, I heard this mess about this girl, let's add this. Like, how did they? I guess it's throughout the years they added it. Like,
Right. I'm sure different strokes for different folks.
Right.
Rumors, opinions,
exactly.
facts, fiction.
Right, but what age are they talking about? She's a fat virgin. Like, y'all should be virgins. It's
Juniors.
freshman year of high school.
They're
Jesus Christ.
juniors.
Right, but in my head, they've been doing this over years.
Oh, right.
So at one point, I wouldn't think it would be crazy that she was still a virgin in high school. And Jesus Christ,
Oh, right. I guess so.
stop coming from my freaking throat.
The real gag is Train Pack making out with Coach Carr. That's a troubling allegation.
We're gonna come to it. Because it is wild. But anywho, and then so we get the burn book. Then we get introduced to this idea of three-way calling in a way that either I never used or I don't remember using, which is having someone listening on the other line, which I definitely have used, and I say it out loud.
Oh, right. Because, Caddy tells Gretchen that she has a crush on Aaron Samuels.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So, yes. So, Regina is calling Katie. You can call her Caddy. And Katie Regina's calling Katie about her crush on Aaron Samuels, her ex-boyfriend, and she's basically giving her the go-ahead, right?
Yeah, she's like,
She's into it.
You can totally, date him, but I just want you to let you know all he cares about is his friends, his mom, school, and soccer. Like,
She's like, ugh.
is that a bad thing?
She's
I mean, I guess not.
right. What a dope person.
But aren't you totally mad at Gretchen for like ratting you out? I mean, I'm sure she just likes the attention.
See, Grace, I told you she wasn't mad at you.
I can't believe you think I like attention.
We're just gonna quote this over again. Such a quotable movie.
It's just everything so quotable.
Yes.
But do you know how messy you have to be to really sit there and be like, this is what I'm about to do?
You know what? It's okay. Okay. A three-way phone call is this is like, okay, you listen on the other line and don't say anything. That's messy. But you listen on the other line and then you talk?
Right. And then you then you reveal that there's somebody on the other line.
You don't give an F that
Yes.
she talks?
Yes.
Now
Like,
that's
that,
a red flag.
that takes some serious, first of all, I don't know, confident, psychotic. I don't know what to call it.
'Cause now
But that's bold.
Because now you can't even be like, you need to always be on alert that someone's on the three-way call. Now you know, you just don't be yourself.
Yeah,
Because
you
there's
can't say
always
nothing.
someone listening.
You can't trust her.
No, you can't trust nobody.
That should have been curtains right there. That was Caddy sign to be like, the movie would have been different. It would be Katie, whatever her name is. This would have been if she would have recognized right there, oh, this girl crazy, let me end this. The movie would be, a completely
never do
different
that.
film.
Right.
But that should have been her notice right there. This girl is not to be messed with.
Well, she's still trying to do what Janice asked of her.
Oh, right.
deep dive into the world of plastics.
That must be so overwhelming to literally be born and raised in Africa, and then now you're like on a 3-way call, and you're like,
What the hell is going on?
what's going on? Like, why?
I guess, yeah. It's the price you pay when you
What an
homeschool
adjustment
from Africa. and move
What
to
an
the United
adjustment.
States. It's like, this is what the girls are like. She did good for herself, but yeah, it is such an adjustment.
What happens after that? They're in class.
We go to the
Halloween party?
Halloween party.
Yeah.
It's just, and we get the knowledge that Halloween is a one day out of the year. That
In girl world, Halloween is one day a year where a girl can dress like a total slut, and no other girls can say anything about it. The hardcore girls just wear lingerie and some form of animal ears.
And then she does that scene where she's like, Regina George is like posing in front of her dad. I'm just like, why are you doing
And the
this
dad
pose?
looks like he's about to have a heart attack.
Well, I'm about to have a heart attack. I'm like, why are you posing like that in front of your dad?
Oh,
lady?
wait.
And she's like, just like, what the hell?
Wait, I never thought about that.
Like,
That's
calm
so
it down.
true.
Like, I get, you can wear the outfit for sure. Go
She's
for
dressed
it.
up as a Playboy bunny, and she's like,
Right, but in front of your, you can't do a pose. Say that for the party, shawty.
right.
Like,
right.
at least, oh my
she
God.
was cutting up in front of her daddy.
And her
That's
mama did not
nasty.
give a F.
Her mom was like,
said,
doesn't she look
"Yeah."
great?
She's like, yes, honey, give it to me.
Serve me life.
Right, give me life. Also, this is another, to me, as a plot hole for her whole, Katie's plot hole for her whole African thing. Because it's like, she seems not to
I know what you're about to
understand.
say, but I don't think it is.
She doesn't seem to, she didn't know the Christmas song. What song did they do?
Jingle Bell Rock.
She didn't know Jingle Bell Rock. Her dad doesn't know about grounding, but she knows about Halloween and how to dress up like this creepy dead bride person.
I mean, okay.
What-
I mean,
what-
if you
what do
really
you
want
learn
to
from
dive
Africa?
deep and analyze this, her mom knows Halloween is probably like, oh, it's Halloween, you need to dress scary. So her mom, so she probably, because you know her mom was helping her dress, so she probably followed the lead of her mother.
No, she was too
No.
into it. That came from her. I don't buy it.
I mean, she was 4 when she moved to Africa, so she had a little. She remembers something. She remember a little Halloween.
All right. I just don't buy it. How should not know Jingle Bell Rock? That's not getting to Africa.
Girl, why
Jingle
would she
bell,
know?
jingle bell. She know what Santa Claus is.
I think Christmas. It'd have been different if she would have been like, I don't know what Christmas is. Okay, but you're comparing a holiday to a song.
yes.
Like you can't. They
buying
don't
it.
compare.
I'm not buying it.
Like it'd have been different if she would have been like, if she'd have knew what like the boogeyman was.
I'm not buying it.
But she knew Halloween. It's huge. It's a genre. She didn't know one specific song to a holiday. Like it'd been different. She'd be like, "What's Christmas?" She just didn't know Jingle Bell Rock. Who knows Jingle Bell Rock in Africa?
Not buying it. Not buying it.
I don't.
Anywho, doesn't matter. Anywho, she gets to the party. She's dressed like an ugly
An ex-wife.
ex-wife. She's the ugliest thing there. I'm into it. I'm into scary. What are you? Are you sexy during Halloween? Or are you scared during Halloween? I'm scary.
I don't care as long as it's executed to a T. I'm just about a costume. You know? Like, okay, like Karen, her little lingerie with the bunny ears, that was whack. Like, you just have on lingerie and bunny ears. But, like, Regina, like, she was dressed up as a Playboy bunny. So it's like, that's cute. Like, that's good.
Right.
And, like, what's her face? Katie, whatever her name is. Hers was good because, like, oh, ex-wife, clever, playing words. She had the
Right.
makeup, she had the gore. Like, I just like a costume that's executed well. Whether it's slutty, scary, funny, quirky, as long as it's executed well.
This is true. Oh, I love Halloween.
I love Halloween. Freaking bats. Bats. You seen that Vine?
No. Bats?
It's like this little girl. And it's like hot. She was really it was a Vine. She was really good. She was like a real famous little girl on Vine. Like she had her mom was pimping her out for the you know, the Vine likes. And it was like a Halloween. It was like Halloween time. And she's like, look at it. Look it. Look it. They're like in the store.
Uh-huh.
You know, they've like the Halloween decorations in the store. And she's like, look it. Look it. Bats. Freaking bats. I love Halloween. She's like 4 years old. Look it. But yeah.
I love Halloween too.
Anywho, so they're at the party, yada, yada, yada. Regina George goes up to Aaron. She's like, hey, you know that girl Katie? And he's like, yeah, she's really cool. And it all switches from there. She was really going to, like, Like she was really gonna like help sis out. Like you could, because she was like, hey, you know that new girl Katie. And then as soon as he looked even the slightest interested, girl, she shut that ish down. She was like, never mind.
Right.
She was like, now I gotta flip it, and now I've gotta make you fall in love with me because now a girl that you want. I don't know what I'm saying.
Wants you back.
Now that a girl that I thought you wouldn't be interested in, actually you want her, and I used to have you. Oh no, it's not gonna work now. Now I've gotta, because I'm just that manipulative.
She is crazy. She's jealous. She's angry. She's upset.
People like that, stay away from me. Like that's crazy for her to really be like, oh, he's interested in her. Now she can't have him.
I think it's crazy because I don't think she likes Aaron Samuels, not one damn bit
At all.
I think like if she still liked him and he liked Katie and she was like, well, hold on, I can't do this. I will understand that, but I don't think she likes him at all.
She didn't, because she was about to put the old girl on game. It was the power. It was the control.
Right. She's crazy. And then they break and they don't.
Can you imagine being that psycho at 17?
She would be part of a true crime podcast that I listen to now, and she would be a murderer, and I'd be
literally. It's just like, I don't know if it's like, should you be that crazy at 17, or should it like develop when you're like 35? It's just like, why are you that calculated and manipulative at 17?
She was around
17. Mm-hmm. It'd been different if you were 36. You're 17.
That stuff that just happened. You start young, and then it gets big. But you've always been a manipulative person. Develop those.
You know who, if she hadn't got hit by that bus, she would have ended up like?
Who?
You know how in the Addams Family Values, Uncle Fester married that chick who that's who Regina George would have been. The chick who Uncle Fester married and Addams Family 2, who burned down her house and her parents because they gave her Malibu Barbie and not ballet Barbie. She was like, I wasn't Malibu Barbie, I was a ballerina. It was gracious. That's who Regina George would have been if she hadn't got hit by that bus.
I'm not mad at it. That would be good for her. I love that character. That's one of my favorite.
Oh yeah, that would be a good Halloween costume. That would be in a good couple Halloween costume. Uncle Fester and her, as well as Morticia and Gomez.
That's too done. Anywho, so Regina basically gets back with Aaron Samuels in front of Katie's face, and she storms out.
She's breaking down crying.
I think, which is very dramatic.
I don't know why you thought that was dramatic, son. She moved from Africa.
Not to see him.
Right. But think of it. She's going through all these ups and downs. She's a new kid from a foreign country. She spent all her life in a developing continent. She moves to America, doesn't know nothing, don't know how nothing work. She doesn't know the social cues of America and Americans and American teenagers. She thinks she got all these friends. Now this little girl kissing the dude that she liked. It's just all overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It's teenage angst.
I guess. But I'm like, girl, calm your tits.
She's at a party. She thought she was gonna help her out. She thought that was her friend, and now she making out with him. And she's from Africa. She's from Africa, George. She moved from Africa. She doesn't know anything.
I don't know why they made her character from Africa. I still don't understand that. Like, why not Russia? Why she gotta be from freaking Africa?
Because that's the whole thing. She's this white chick from Africa.
Okay. So she's pissed, and then she goes to the party thrown by Janice, which is just her. And
I'm like, party. So definitely
just a kickback of 2.
Party of 2.
Yes, and then Katie joins, and she agrees to take down Regina George and the freaking plastics. Wait, is Janice whole thing to take down the plastics, or just Regina George? I think it's just Regina.
Because she wants to ruin her perfect physique. A band of loyal followers. Army of skanks. And
Man Candy or something.
Oh yeah, Man Candy.
Something like that.
Aaron Samuels.
Yes.
Yeah, she just wants to take Regina down.
And I think it's okay. So the first thing they do is, which I never understood why that was an option, or like why they thought that was going to do anything. They put peppermint flavored foot cream and give it to her as facial cream,
Right.
or like moisturizer.
You gave her foot moisturizer
for her face.
as face moisturizer. It's all moisturizer. Well, like, what you thought that was gonna do to her?
Make her. What? What? Did you not smell the foot cream? It smells like peppermint.
Right. It's just like, what you thought that was about to do?
Like
It'd have been different if y'all gave her. I don't even know.
foot cream that smelled like butthole.
But what even cream smell like butthole? It'd have been
Right.
different if y'all to put like laxatives in her smoothie,
Exactly.
or given her peanuts and she was allergic. Y'all gave her moisturizer,
It'd be
right?
different
If y'all
if you
tried to
killed
kill her. Y'all gave her, like in Heather's, y'all gave her cream and put it in cream.
Y'all basically said like this is like a 3-in-1.
Right.
Just like crap. What? I didn't get it. So that of course didn't work out. And then they go to the whole cutting a hole in her shirt.
And oh yeah, that didn't work neither. She a trendsetter. She an influencer.
Also,
Y'all ain't
she
know.
seemed really unbothered by the fact that there was holes in her shirt.
No, like that's.
She high?
She's like, oh, 2 holes where my nipples should be. Yeah.
What is she smoking that does not bother her? Or she's not like at least a bit concerned of why there's 2 holes in her shirt.
I would have been like, where these holes came from? Where these holes came from?
I don't understand that. And but she also, back to my theory that if that movie was made today, they would be influencers because the whole school is rocking.
Oh, for sure.
Holes in your bra, show your bra nipple thing.
She would have like 200K on Instagram.
Yes, she'd be that girl. And that works. What else happens after that that's notable?
I think we just shift really to Christmas.
Yeah, but okay, so before the Christmas stuff, we find out what Regina did to Janice.
How we find it out? Oh, because
Regina tells us.
Oh, but that's during Christmas. Because she's like, oh, I've got to practice.
Yeah, that's right before. Right.
It's after.
That's when they're in line to buy
the candy.
Yeah, so before it's Christmas.
Right,
Yeah.
the Christmas season.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's when we find out that Regina hates Janice, and for whatever reason started this whole lesbian. She was a lesbian thing, and that she was obsessed with her. And
I can't invite you to my pool party. There's gonna be girls there, and you're a lesbian.
Which today's time isn't crazy, but back then.
What?
What?
Especially when you're an 8th grader.
Yes.
Right. You're gay.
You
You're in the
ruined
8th
her.
grade. Right.
Ruined her. She literally ruined her. She like drove that girl to insanity.
And shaved her head.
She changed her head and she dropped out of school.
That's so sad.
So sad. What happened to her?
That's
Did she
so
go to
funny. They
therapy?
really used to be friends.
Did she go
son.
to a different school? Right. It is crazy. It's a crazy thought. I want to see a picture of Janice Ian before she was traumatized by Regina George.
Right.
Like,
I bet
how
her hair wasn't
adorable was
even
she?
black. I bet she had like light brown hair.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Or like dirty
She was
blonde.
the original Gretchen Wieners.
Yeah, she was.
She was the original number 2.
Right. Nice wig, Janice. What's it made of? Mom's chest hair.
But Regina is a terrible person. And that right there is when I decide, like, you know what? F this hoe. She needs to go down to the ground.
Right.
She's a terrible person.
Burn her alive.
Death! To all of them.
Yes. Tar and feather her. Throw stones at her.
Oh, wait. And then right after that, Katie comes up with this. I think is like one of the most greatest plans throughout the whole movie is to buy the candy canes to send to herself and claim that they're from Regina.
Oh, right. And none for Gretchen Wieners. Bye. So, okay. In high school, when I was in high school, did y'all do this at Mount Carmel? So when we were in high school, when it was Christmas time, we did the same thing. Like
Candy
we sent
canes.
out candy canes.
Yeah,
Y'all
we did
that?
something like that, yeah.
When I tell you, and you could write like a note attached to
it.
When I tell you, everybody who sent them out, everybody on the messages that everybody sent to anybody, doesn't matter who was sending them, where you got them from, everybody had the same message on. It was either everybody had the same message on their little notes. It was either, and none for Gretchen Wieners, bye, or 3 for Glen Coco, you go Glen Coco. Everybody had the same message. Like, that's how just like influential those little lines were. Like, everybody, like, it don't matter. There was like 250 girls in the grade. Everybody had them same 2 things on the candy canes. None for Glen Coco. I mean, none for Gretchen Wieners, or 3 for Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco.
I read somewhere, or one of my fun facts is that Glen Coco actually, he auditioned for a part in the movie, didn't get it. I don't know which part he was auditioning for, but he didn't get it. He wanted some free food, so he stayed around on set. And the director saw him. He was like, "Oh yeah, you get in this scene," and he got to be Glen Coco by chance. He didn't get paid for his day on set. He was there for free food, and now he's Glen Coco.
Oh, okay. It's funny that you said it because that's not even what I read, because I forgot I read this, but I didn't write it down. What I read was Glen Coco. Okay, so like Tina Fey, like a lot of the character names
are based off of people. Yeah.
Yeah, and like Glen Coco.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's a real guy.
Yeah.
But
his name is not Glen Coco.
Yeah, right. Glen Coco was based off of somebody she knew, like somebody she went to high school with, or like her sister's boyfriend or something like that.
Right. But he got to be Glen Coco. Right. Well, he had to quote unquote be Glen Coco because he was hungry. It so happened. And that changed his life. That was the biggest part he ever did. Oh, and I think it's crazy. He was saying that people like recognize him and go like, "Hey, 2 for you."
First of all, when you see him, I don't even know who you're talking to. He's literally like, who is he talking? I don't know who Glen Coco is.
He's the guy sitting in front of Regina George, not Regina George, Katie in that scene. I think.
Girl,
the guy who's like, he's like his head down. He's like doesn't even want to be there. He's like the cool guy. Yes, but he's iconic, and people recognize him, which I think is crazy. He said he gets it all the time. Like people like you go Glen Coco. But it worked. Okay, so she does a candy cane scene. She sends it to herself, claims it from Regina George in order to make Gretchen Wieners jealous, and it freaking works.
Right.
Because that girl starts to
cracks. She cracks mentally.
Mentally cracks.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine?
Regina George was talking about Janice Ian being obsessed with her, but Gretchen Wieners is obsessed with you.
Right.
She is like, I don't know. She's obsessed with you. Oh my goodness.
She
creepily obsessed with you. Like if they were, oh my god, could you imagine?
She would murder for her.
She would murder for her. Could you imagine?
She'd probably murder Regina. You know how when you like upset, you're like, you know, I feel like that's like that happens a lot in like murder mysteries or like in movies or like Forensic Files. People, they love them so much that they murder them. Yes, they're like obsessed with them.
They want
to wear their skin.
There was this one true crime story that I listened to. It was like this girl, and she was like I'm gonna sum it up, but she was like basically a loser. She goes to this high school, and these cool girls are actually nice to her, and the girl though doesn't go down the right path. The girls stop being friends with her because she starts hanging out with this guy who's way too old for her, and she starts acting like a crazy girlfriend. Anywho, she basically, the 2 girls, like her old best friends, turn up dead one day, unsolved for like 10-15 years, and the girl who killed them was their best friend, their old best friend,
the one who started hanging out with the old
crazy people. Yeah, she killed them. Her and her boyfriend killed them.
Oh my god.
And it was
that's
unsolved.
The real life Heathers.
That's the real life Mean Girls. You kill your best friend.
No, that's Heathers. They kill their friends.
I guess so.
We gotta do Heathers one day too.
Of course.
Oh my god. Okay, but anyway, back to the movie.
So then, Halloween scene. Not Halloween scene. Christmas. My least favorite holiday.
All right, are you guys ready? Wait, where is it?
You about to do the rap?
Yes.
The talent show.
Yo, all you suckers MCs got nothing on me. All my grades on the lines. You can't touch Kevin G. I'm a mathlete. I'm a nerd. You heard, but forget what you heard. I'm like James Bond III. Shaking not stirred. I'm Kevin Report. G silent when I sneak through your door and make love to your woman on the bathroom floor. I don't play like Shaggy. You know it's me. Cause the next time you see, you be like, oh, Kevin G. That's enough, Kevin. Happy holidays, everybody.
Shout out to Kevin G. We didn't talk about it much this thing.
Who do you think the unsung hero of this movie is? Because I think it's Kevin G.
I guess the principal.
Distant second for me would have to be the mom. Regina's mom.
Oh, of course. Yeah, right. Mrs. Regina.
Mrs. George. Whatever.
Yes. I would definitely her, or I would say the principal. Whenever he's on the screen, I am laughing.
Okay.
Every time he says something.
Okay, now that you say he's very dry.
Yes, every time.
It's like when he's like the fact that she named him Anthony. Like he's straight faced whenever he talks.
Whenever he's on the screen, I'm laughing. So I think
like even when he was like, "That's enough, Kevin." Oh, okay. When they're at the talent show, and he's like,
Oh,
he's like introducing the talent show, like, oh, thank you all for being here, and everybody's clapping, like, woo, woo, and he's like, that's enough.
He just gets pissed.
He got
Like,
pissed
smile.
that they was clapping at the talent show.
He's like, oh, y'all clapping too long.
He was like, cut that ish out.
Okay, and then Damien performs "Every Day is a Wonderful." That's a beautiful
Don't look at
song.
me.
Someone throws a shoe at him, he throws a shoe back. Good for him. Stand up for
Right.
yourself. And then the Plastics do their annual dance to
Jingle Bell Rocks, slutty little thing. I don't understand how. First of all, I guess this is public school. The rules are different, and in the North, I don't know. I don't know what goes on up
the
there.
dance, so the outfits.
Why wasn't? How did this get approved?
Years after years.
Because first of all, you should see that the principal, somebody, the administrators, somebody should see the talents before they're done.
Right.
That
I should be practicing them in front of others. Teachers.
right, the rehearsal, the dress rehearsal, that should have been cut out the show.
Right. Kevin's rap. Gotta go. Why are we just hearing
Right,
this?
literally, why is Kevin's rap in there?
Right.
Why is he just cutting him off for the
Yes.
first time?
And then if they've been wearing, because if the Plastics have been doing this dance for forever, and I'm assuming
Why are they
using
doing
it-
the same talent every year?
Well, I'm just confused by these outfits. Okay, they're a little older now, but who freshman daughter was wearing?
Right, who's wearing that? It's a 14/15-year-old.
Oh my god!
Thigh high
see the-
leather
I'm
boots.
just thinking about the pedophiles in the audience. Oh my
Right.
goodness.
Y'all doing that in front of people's dads.
Well, I'm not mad that they're wearing it. I just don't trust these dads.
You can't trust them.
I just
You can't trust the teachers either.
You're right. I just don't know what they're thinking. And it's a lot. It's a lot for
Coach
people.
Carr was
Ooh.
cut. Coach Carr girl was cutting up that night.
Right. Coach Carr could be dissected.
He was like, I wish Train Peck was in that little.
I don't know. I think Coach Carr has like an Asian fetish.
Oh, no, he
which,
definitely does.
That's
why I
it's
said
very problematic.
He wishes Train Peck was in the outfit.
Right. Very, very freaking problematic. And then so they do the dance. Why last minute Regina Joy requested that they change the formation is
A mind-boggling thing. Because, first of all, the whole dance is off. Your whole orientation is off. You can't... I'm always on your left. Yeah. And now I don't know. Now I'm confused. Left from right, right from left. I don't know where to go. Because you won't switch at the last minute. Before the curtain open.
It was so mean. And they mess up. But Katie Heron, the up and coming anchor, I'm calling it, saved the day.
She sing her little song. She sing it. She solo it. They love it.
Mhm.
Clap, clap,
She knows
clap.
the song very well, even though she's from Africa.
So she had to practice it. So they get off the stage. Oh my goodness, y'all did amazing. Aaron Samuels comes out, puts his hand, his arm around Katie. Oh my god, he did amazing. What? And then Kevin come out and he's like, oh, what did he say? Oh, good job, Africa. And she's like, Gretchen's like, oh my god, you're blushing. You're totally into him. No wonder you joined Mathletes. Then Aaron's like, Mathletes, you hate math.
Oh,
and then
right.
Regina's like, what's going on here? She like has a little side eye look.
Yeah, we forgot the fact that Katie's making herself stupid
Right.
to get Adam Samuels to make her more stupid.
Aaron.
Whatever. Aaron said to make her more stupid.
To make him like her.
Take her like her. I don't know. It's not helping anyone, and it's a very dumb thing to do. Not dumb thing to do. It's stupid thing to do, which is the same thing I just said before, just different words. But I don't know why she thought that was a good idea, or why she actually had to fail. Like,
Right.
girl, just stop showing your test grades.
Right. Flip the says over,
Like, go talk to
girl.
your teacher, but like, hey, thank you. You know, I'm trying to get a man. I can't do it both.
Right.
And I
They
would
don't
really-
want me smart. They only like me when I'm
Yeah, I
dumb.
really appreciate if you put all the test grades facing down. Why you
Right.
putting them facing up? What's wrong with you, lady? I'm trying to get my mans. Okay.
Period, poo.
Period, poo.
But yeah, so that what happens there. What happens after that?
So at the talent show, I believe that's when Gretchen Wieners, or maybe at some point during the scene, Gretchen Wiener tells Katie that, Regina is cheating on Aaron. And that's when they get the idea to catch her in the act,
oh,
to
right.
make her lose her mans.
Right.
And then we find out that Coach Carr has been sexually assaulting his students up above the freaking auditorium on school campus repeatedly.
With more than one girl.
More than one Asian student.
That's so nasty.
I never when I watched it. Now, this is one thing watching now. I never understood the gravity of the situation because
right as like a 16-year-old, you're just like
him
girls. Right, like he needs to be in a prison.
Not him. And
like
then
he make it out with him. Girl, he was tonguing them down.
and then like the way these are some cute. These are cute girls.
Girl, they was cute too.
was cute.
They wasn't. It was cute.
It was cute. And then the whole the irony of the situation. He's talking about don't have sex, blah blah blah.
Right,
and he's
wear a
sleeping with
condom,
students.
and he's
well, I don't know if he's having sex with them, but
right. We don't know, but he's doing something.
He's doing way too much. He's already crossed the line. He been crossed the line. I don't care if it's just kissing. The line was crossed when he told. I don't even know how do you even start that conversation? Anywho, it's wild.
But I also have to point out while they're trying to get Aaron Samuels to catch them, Regina and whatever the jock guy who plays hockey or whatever he plays in the act. And Damien is like running with a ski mask on if he snatches Katie's purse.
In the middle
It's
of high
just like,
school.
why are you wearing a ski mask in high school, robbing people? It just didn't make any sense. I was like, this is so dumb.
It's a public high school thing, maybe possible, but yeah. Maybe that's a big high. I don't know. My high school was big, but wasn't that big. Like that's.
Why is he wearing a ski mask?
I guess so he can get away with it. I mean, I guess
Why are you robbing people in high school like that?
Give me
It's
your
just like
purse.
that's not how you run. Like, yeah, give me all your money in high school. Like, what?
It's hilarious.
But
That's a good
anyway.
scene. He never catches her, lucky Regina, but eventually in one of her tutoring sessions with Aaron, Katie tells Aaron
Snitches. She's a rat.
she doesn't even like you. She's cheating on you. Did she say that? She said something like that.
Oh yeah. Why do you like her?
She's cheating on you.
Hey, look. Everybody's good and bad. Regina's just really upfront about it.
That sentence Jigme makes sense.
She's not that upfront about it.
She's cheating on you.
But and they break up, and
He still ain't want her.
he still didn't want her. What
He was
is wrong
wrong
with
for that.
breakup?
With the devil.
Right, but it's so hard. He's not mentally there. I mean, Regina George didn't have any problems moving on. She was ready to go to bed.
Do you need anything? A condom? Oh, you keep me so young.
Yeah. But she got over that really fast, which brings to the fact that I don't think she ever liked Aaron Samuels.
She was never into him.
She didn't like him. She was just using him, and she got the guy that she liked. I wish we could know more about this guy she's dating. I'm very curious
Right.
about him. Was he on the football soccer team?
I want to say he was like on rugby or something. No, wrestling team. He was on the wrestling team.
Weird.
What is a wrestler?
Aaron was on the football team.
He was on the soccer team.
Where are the big
there's
sports?
right. Where's basketball? Where's football? We didn't have it in this movie. We
Soccer
didn't get it.
team, okay.
This
Okay,
isn't
fair.
Varsity Blues.
Right. Okay. Sure. We'll
didn't
allow
get
it.
it.
He's doing soccer. Okay. I'm fine with it. Okay. And then so Richie tells everyone, she tells the plastic that her and Aaron broke up. And then
Shane Ullman, that was his name.
for the first time, I feel like almost a good part of the movie.
The beginning of the movie. Since if you're from Africa, why are you white?
We get to hear Karen talk again.
We literally
She has to talk
That-
this whole movie.
let's take a shot. Every time Karen talks, you'll take 3 shots.
Right.
You'll take a total of
She said
3
sentence,
shots.
you take a shot.
Like, you don't.
She was
and
not
I didn't
talking.
realize it until you pointed it out. I was like, wait, we really haven't heard from her
all about her.
this whole movie.
Whole movie. I was like, oh my god, she talks.
Oh my God, she can speak.
Right.
Like, that was the first
I wonder
time.
if they edited some scenes out, or they just wanted to be like, oh, and remember, just like introduce another player into the game. Because
Literally.
totally forgot about her.
Okay, she did have the line where she wanted to make out with her cousin. Now that I think,
iconic.
hey Seth,
Our first cousin.
there's
You have your
no,
first
there's your
cousin.
cousins, there's your
There's your
first cousins. No, sweetie, that's not right, is it?
Especially at this age. You should know the math on that.
All right. Hey Seth,
So gross. No, girl, you cannot make out with your first cousin. Ugh.
No, but,
Ugh.
but yeah, that was probably her third line throughout the whole movie.
Right. It's not much. And then what happens
She
after
reveals
this?
to us that she
yes.
can tell when
She's-
it's raining.
What she says? She's psychic.
I have a sixth sense.
But yes, we learn about her weather thing, and how she's into that.
So what's after that?
Let's see. We learn about her sixth sense. She says she's not an idiot. She can fit her whole fist in her mouth. So she's super smart.
Do you want to see? No, sweetie, that's all right.
Oh, okay. And then, so this whole time, also, Katie has been making Regina fat. And
Oh right, she's
With-
been feeding these calcine bars
that they give to the
the poor kids in Africa.
to make them fat or like beef up. So she goes to the, what is it, like 123 store,
359.
359, something ridiculous, and she gets body shamed, which I don't appreciate.
Right, that lady said, "How you gonna kick somebody out the store like that because they don't fit a dress?"
It was ridiculous.
And then she was
Also-
like, "I suggest you go to Sears."
oh, not Sears, not Macy's. What about
Right,
Macy's Dillard's?
Not even Sears.
Sears.
They sell washing
Electronics,
machines
right?
at Sears. You can get a dryer at Sears.
Right. I'm not getting a dress at Sears.
Pots and pans, ma'am.
Right. Not be telling me to go to Sears. Not you body shaming me. I know you see this little girl. She is skitty.
Right.
Terrible. She didn't have to body shame like that. And then by Katie, it's a full plastic.
Right. She's really has been consumed
Right.
and
And then
everything that is plastic. It's eating her alive. She's
Right.
she's transformed into,
by this time in the movie, she looks very greasy.
Oh God, why she looks so greasy?
The scene where she's like in Janice's store
Store.
and she's putting on lipstick and she's
She
like,
looks
puts lipstick on.
nasty.
She looks very greasy. And I don't know if that
Covered in
was
grease.
I wonder if that was like directors or like editing's way of showing like she's changed. Like, in her
Yeah.
greasy face.
Let's make a look.
Like,
You
the
know how
grease.
we're gonna show that she's a bad person now? Covered in grease. Make her look greasy
Right,
as
look
possible.
put some. I don't know what they did, but she's very greasy in that scene.
Put some Vaseline on her.
Right.
But yeah, she's greasy as hell. She falls in the trash can.
Oh my God, they're wearing heels. I still can't go with the fact they're wearing heels in high school.
Oh yeah.
What in what world? I don't care. That is the most unrealistic thing about this whole movie. No high school are you finding.
First of all, it's not allowed. I seriously
Probably
doubt
not.
it.
But no one's wearing heels.
Right.
What 14, 15-year-old?
I want you to stop calling them
old
14-year-olds
heels.
because they're juniors.
15-year-old?
You're 16, 17 as a junior.
Depends. You could be younger.
No one's younger than 16 as a junior. Majority of them should be 17.
Whatever. They've been wearing heels. The new plastics wearing heels freshman year, so I'm sure they've been wearing heels. It was too much. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they went here. She falls in the trash can. Ooh, a lot of me on it. She falls in the trash can. Word vomit.
Did we have the word vomit already?
Huh?
We've been had the word vomit.
No, she talks about the word vomit. She's like, I can hear people getting tired of it,
Oh.
but it keeps on coming up like word vomit.
Got it. And then by then, Regina, you making me y'all now. Regina is, I don't know, she gained 5 pounds
She's
and now
gained
she
a
can't.
lot of weight.
She can't. Now another thing about fat shaming. This is really sad when Regina is wearing her tracksuit and she looks big and they're like, you can't sit with us because you're wearing a tracksuit. And she's like,
Sweatpants on that filming right now. First of all,
no, it's so sad.
no, take the time. When she says this, take the time to look at what's on her plate.
No.
Well, she's got like 6 Oreos, a honey bun, a burger. She's buttering a potato. And she's like, is butter a carb?
Now that was the most dumbest thing about her. She seems like a really smart girl. I just don't, I don't really believe in diets. But like, girl, how you know this? How you know this ain't it?
This ain't it.
This-
She's on an
this ain't
all
it.
carb diet. How are you eating all carbs?
Gonna
What?
gain weight.
What weight you think you about to
She's like
lose on an all carb diet?
She's like, I eat a loaf of bread every 2 hours. And
Right.
I lose weight. No, ma'am.
I'm gonna make sure I eat a burger plus 7 donuts, and I'll be skinny. Like,
That was the dumbest thing about her. Because, like,
so stupid. So
and it clearly wasn't working. Stop.
right.
I'm not saying you got to be skinny, clearly you're going in the wrong direction. So hold on, stop what you're doing and reevaluate it.
Chill out.
I don't know. That was the dumbest thing about her because usually
Right.
she's smart in other aspects. When it came to food and calories,
She didn't get it.
she didn't get it.
She didn't get
She
it.
didn't understand assignment.
So they tell her, you wearing a jumpsuit today, you can't sit with us. Sweatpants all that fit me right now. You can't sit with us.
Booted and truded.
Fine, you can walk home, snitches.
Back in the day when having a big butt was not in, and
Oh my goodness.
I never said that, but for certain cultures,
Right. That was just very taboo.
It was
to have such a
taboo.
thing.
If you know what I mean.
It was really good in
Yeah.
those sweatpants.
Actually, I thought it looked crazy, but
I mean, it's definitely like padded.
it's like weird padding, but I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it.
And
And then so Katie and Gretchen and Karen are walking out to school. They're following behind Katie. What are we doing this weekend? Oh, I'm going to this thing with my parents. Maybe I can think about get out of it. Yeah. Throws a party. I don't know. Gets out of what's it called? Blacksmith Mobs Bay.
Blacksmith Mambo, something like that. Blacksmith Mambo, something Mambo.
Blacksmith Minbabo or something like that.
But Katie's the it girl now.
Right. Oh yeah, and then we forgot about when we're introduced to Janice being an artist.
Sure.
Right.
Janice has an art show. Katie cannot go because she said she was going to town, but now she's throwing a party. She switched up her plans. She didn't tell her real friends about it. And that's going to cause a problem later.
Right. She throws the party. The dress is so cute.
But she's got that freaking
She's got a bra on
we see
with
it.
straps.
Red straps.
It's a red
It's not even
strap
pink
bra.
Because the dress is like black and pink. But the
She didn't go braless. She didn't wear a strapless bra. She chose to wear a hot pink bra with a dress
which I think
that
is
was strapless.
Which I think is perfect. Like whoever was the costume designer, I thought it was perfect because I feel like back in high school, we weren't wearing the right bras with the right things. But I thought that was perfect. But I hate that.
I hate it, but it was definitely 2004.
Right,
Like,
it was perfect.
It went with what was going on.
It was perfect.
But yeah, so she throws the party. So many people are coming. She was only supposed to have like 10, 12 people.
7 or 8 people. My favorite part of this whole scene is that Regina George is, of course, pissed that she wasn't invited. And
I invented her.
Right. She did. I'm not mad at it. She did. But she rolls up to Katie's house like she is ready to fight. She walks into the house and she's like, where's she at?
Right.
She's like, look at her. She's like, where is she?
She do walk through like that. Like, where is she?
She walking like
her hair
to the
pulled
right,
back.
to the right, to the left.
She opening doors. Wait, she was really in there, like, ready to swing.
She wants all the smoke. That's how she walked in that girl house.
All the smoke, looking for the fire.
Right.
Walked in, Aaron and Katie on a bed. Did they kiss for a second?
No, I don't think I.
Oh no, they were just joking. And then she calls him stupid and tells him that she's failing math on purpose. And then
I'm not stupid.
Now
I'm
she's
not bad at math. You're
bad
bad
at math.
You're actually bad at math.
And then that she was failing on purpose, but now she's really failing. And
So
he's like, "What?
stupid.
That doesn't make any sense.
So
Oh my
it
God,
doesn't
you're
make
just
any
like a
sense.
clone of Regina."
Yes.
Regina walks in. What's this? Oh my God, it's coming up. Not worm vomit, actual vomit. Blech.
I don't know what Regina was trying to do. Like, girl, you got a boyfriend. What me and Aaron
We
got
done,
to do
girl.
with you?
Right? Come
ain't
on.
friends.
What
We've
you mean?
been-
What this is? You see what it is,
Yeah,
girl?
for the last 24 hours, we have not been cool with you.
Girl, the last 3 scenes, we ain't been messing with you like that.
Exactly.
We ain't homies no more. Aaron gets up. He storms out. He wipes the vomit off of his arm. You can hear the splatter hit the concrete. This is very disgusting. Janice pulls up.
All right.
In the car. Damien's driving. She's in the rooftop. Oh my goodness, you had a party. You didn't invite us. You're plastic, honey. Cold, hard, shiny plastic.
Janice makes a good point here because throughout this movie, I am questioning Janice's niceness. I guess you can't say she's nice. Do this.
I
the
actually think she's
plastics.
nice. She just wants revenge.
No.
Which is rightfully so because she did
That's not
ruin
nice.
her life.
That's not nice. She keeps calling Katie Caddy, which is not the girl's freaking name, which keeps pissing me off. I'm like, not. She's like, I'm gonna call you Caddy. That's not the girl name. Stop calling her Caddy. It's not even a cute name. I'm okay, Caddy.
It's not.
Or Kate. She's not even sure in it. She's just calling her a completely wrong name.
First of all, I noticed is the fact that she has a halter top on and it has like 3 holes in it. I'm just like, why is she wearing that dingy shirt? It's like falling apart at the seams. It drives me insane. I get it's her aesthetic, but it's just like, why you let that girl come out here with these holes in this shirt like that?
I'm into it. I don't remember. I really don't.
Oh my god, there's so many holes in the shirt. Watch it. The next time you watch it, notice the holes.
I'm sure it's.
But
part
she's
of
like,
the
you're a
book.
mean girl. Here, I won a prize. Oh, right before Katie says like, you're in love with me or something.
Oh right.
Yeah.
And Damien stops his car.
He's
You're
like, oh, no,
"No,
she
I
didn't."
Right. He's a good friend.
Yeah.
But he wants his pink shirt back. They're not friends anymore. And now you wonder, who is Katie's real friends? Is it the Plastics?
She ain't got none.
Well, she doesn't know that yet. But Regina George has left the party. She is pissed on another level, and she's about to hear some news that will just change her
Set her off.
life. Set her off. Push her over the edge. Break the camel's back. Her boyfriend tells her that the bars that she has been taking are not to help her lose weight. They actually help her gain weight.
Like crazy.
She's been taking them probably for months now. Probably for at least 3-4 months.
And girl, how many? She had to have gained like at least 15 pounds.
Oh my gosh, she's probably taking this for months. She probably ate them every 5 seconds.
Right. That's probably all she was eating. Plus the
Plates of
honey
food.
muffins and the
Right.
the sugar powder donut she was
Right.
eating for lunch.
And I love that scene. She like spits it out.
Chocolate
She
on her teeth.
screams.
She screams all the way to the house.
Boyfriend runs away.
He's like
Not a ride or die.
right. He out there.
right,
He's
yeah.
like, I can't rock with this. She's screaming all the way to the house.
Right.
She gets home. She rips off the photo of her and Katie, Jesus. Katie off the wall. She cuts it in half. She opens up the burn book. She gets out the glue stick. She gets out the scissors. She pastes the glue stick on the back of the photo, and bam, you see her. She looks sinister. She looks like she's up to no good. She holds up the burn book to her face, and in your surprise, it's a picture of her. And she writes, "This hoe is the most fuggliest I've ever met." Or what did it say?
I don't know.
It's like 11 o'clock. We're delirious at this point.
This girl is fugly.
No.
She's-
Oh my god, why didn't we write this down? This is one of the
Something about fugly. She said something to me
fugly
about it.
slut.
Yes.
Don't trust her. And it turns out to be a picture of her. Now, what I've seen on Twitter, again, we saw this movie in theaters when we were like 9. So,
Many of times. We've seen it many
right. We've
times.
seen it many of times. But I remember on Twitter, people were always just like, oh my goodness, like it was a reveal to the fact that it was like a picture of her
Yeah.
and not Katie.
Yeah, definitely.
I never knew that. Like, it's just, I guess because I've seen it so many times.
Right, it's
and
not
then
as
since,
big of a reveal.
right, and I've seen it since we were 9. Like,
Yeah.
and it probably went over my head when it was 9 that it was supposed to be like a reveal that it was like her and not Katie. Like, so I'm just like, oh, that was supposed to be like a...
It didn't hit you.
Yeah, it didn't hit me. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I thought it just...
It's iconic.
I thought it was just happened.
It's sinister.
yeah, I didn't know.
It's a great idea. It is a great idea that she thought of so quickly. Like literally from the
Girl.
car ride home, she knew what she
She
was
knew she was
about to do.
plotting. She said,
She had to drop her boyfriend off because he
I'ma
was in the car.
fix y'all.
She didn't pick up no food. She went straight to the house.
girl, she said, I'm going to get y'all together. Y'all about to see?
She went straight to the house.
Son,
and
she
was
crazy.
ready. She's
Son, this girl crazy.
She's crazy.
She knew she was. Oh, girl, she set it off. And then, okay. Anywho, let's just keep going.
Yes. And then she brings it to the principal.
She got that sob story. I found it in the girls' locker room.
And then she
There's only 3 girls in the whole school who aren't in it.
And she basically tells the principal that Karen Smith, Gretchen Wieners, and Katie Heron
are the 3 girls who aren't in it.
and are behind the burn book and have created this terrible thing about all the girls in school, which wouldn't have been that big of a deal. I mean, it would have been a big deal. You should get in trouble for this, but wouldn't have been a big deal unless Regina George, which not only did she come up with the original plan, she came out with a plan to even like you thought the plan was just for them to get in trouble, but the plan was for everyone
Right.
to go
And
down.
she-
Everyone was to burn.
She see the chaos ensuing, and she's like, she like, look at me. She's like,
She made hard copies of everything in the book and distributes
she's
everywhere.
reveling in it. She's like, oh my goodness, they're all.
She's like the god. Which goddess is the goddess of war? Aphrodite?
Artemis.
I feel like it's a guy.
Oh, Ares, maybe.
Maybe.
No,
One of the-
Ares is the god. It's Artemis.
Artemis is a guy name.
Ares is the god of war, and then Artemis, they're brother and sister. Because Ares and Artemis are brother and sister.
We'll have to go later. Okay. Don't have to Google right now.
Okay, fine.
But anywho, someone's the goddess of war. That's what she is. Sitting
Yeah.
in a. She's like soaking that shit up. She's getting energy
She's
from it.
loving it.
This is like feeding her soul.
She's reveling.
She's
in
like,
it.
if I'm going down, everyone's going down with me.
Yes.
If I don't have friends, no one's gonna have friends.
And
if my
then-
reputation is ruined, everyone's reputation is ruined.
everybody sees all their little burn book notes.
Made out with the hot dog. There was one time.
Which
Did you write this? You wrote it. I didn't write it. Somebody had to write it. Punch, push, slap. Get away from the underage girls' coach car. Ah.
You talk about your favorite part. Girls going wild. The girls have gone wild. You said that was your favorite quote.
No, my favorite quote is someone wrote in that book that I was lying about being a virgin.
Oh, I
because
thought your favorite quote was the girls have gone wild.
I've never even acknowledged that phrase.
So, anywho. But my biggest reveal in the whole thing is that Coach Carr is a pedophile.
And he has a fetish.
He's an Asian fetish. And it's creepy. and
Probably
he's gross.
watches anime at night.
Ugh. 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 How long has he been doing this to these young Asian women?
Right. And then they was fighting over him. They was fighting over him.
They're
Girl, y'all
really
is too
therapy.
cute to be fighting over that dusty old man.
They're
If y'all
really
gonna get a
therapy.
dusty old man, y'all could at least get a billionaire. Not no PE teacher. He ain't
not
got no
at
salary. He ain't got no
16.
money.
They're not doing.
He can't put you on no PJ.
That should none of that should be their priorities at this age.
I mean, it shouldn't be, but if you're gonna go that route,
And no, they were manipulated by a.
they were groomed.
Gross.
They were groomed by this old
Man.
man in a tracksuit.
Oh God! That could have
Whose
that could have
salary
been a
was
spinoff.
less than $50,000 a year. Probably made like $35,000.
Did you know, like the principal's hand is broken.
Yeah.
throughout his- He actually broke his hand in real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he like broke it a week before filming or something like that, and they had to keep
Oh.
going. It fits. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I think it fits perfectly. But he actually broke his hand.
Right. Because, oh, yeah, they do. Because she was like, I broke my. Carpetono came back,
Right.
got divorced. I win.
And then so the principal finally breaks it up.
All junior girls report to the auditorium now. No, immediately. Immediately.
And then they go. And then my favorite part of the movie is the gym scene.
Have you ever had someone talk about you behind your back? Have you ever had it happen 60 times in a row?
Right. My I think the funniest question is like, have you ever talked about one of your friends behind your back? Have you ever talked about your friends behind your back? It's like, have you ever known that someone was talking behind your back or something like that? And, everyone raises their hand both times. I'm just like, hell yeah, we talk about people behind their back. It's not a girl thing. It's an every person thing.
Right.
I'm venting.
Right.
It's like,
Okay, first of all, I have to like let out the fact. Okay, I feel like there's so many quotable quotes, I don't know, lines in this movie, but this one isn't like acknowledged. And when we were watching it, I was like, wait, that's hilarious. When the principal, what's his name?
Principal Carr.
Coach Carr is the pedophile.
Mr. Duval.
Oh, Mr. Duval.
Principal
Okay, so when Mr. Duval's talking to all of them, and he's like, I got parents on the phone asking, did someone get shot?
I almost canceled the spring fling. Here, pay the D.
But we are all to cancel you guys a spring fling. But I'm not going to do that because we already paid the DJ.
Sir, how much is the
The
DJ?
DJ is like $150.
I was like, if you don't go ahead and cancel the DJ, they don't need no spring fling, sir.
That man said, but we already booked the DJ. Oh my goodness.
He's a
We hink. But yeah. And then he's like, oh, but I think you girls need to let out your feelings. Does anybody have anything they like to share? Oh my goodness. Hands down. I don't think, out of all the quotes in this movie, there is not one quote that is tops this one. This is the best one. This one is hilarious. This one is funny. This one embodies and encompasses what this movie is and represents. This girl talk about somebody wrote in that book that I'm lying about being a virgin because I use super jumbo tampons, but I can't help it if I have a heavy flow and a wide set vagina.
Speak on it, girl. Show your truth.
Oh, but that really is the most quotable movie and the most quotable quote in the whole movie. I love it.
It's an iconic quote. My favorite scene in the gym scene is when Katie waves at Janice and she does the Italian, like the hand gesture. And Damien puts his glasses down.
And he turns around.
Right. That's my favorite scene.
Why he felt like he really needed to be there?
He's in it.
Like, why he wanted to, like, he really was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come.
He's in it.
Oh my
He
goodness.
uses the girl's bathroom. He knows all the tea. He only has female friends. He's in it. Mm-hmm. He deserves
And then
to be there.
when Miss Norbury asked, how many of you, first of all, Regina George has some nerve
Oh, yes, always.
to fix her lips, to sit up there and say, some of us are complete victims in this situation. Like, how you really gonna sit up there and say
That's
you?
what she was trying to spin it.
How you really gonna sit up there and say you a victim?
That was her
you
story.
plotted this whole
That was her story.
thing.
That was her story. That's
And she believed it when she said it. When it came out of her mouth,
Yes,
she
she's a
believed
psychopath.
it.
that
That
was her
is
story.
psychotic.
That was her whole agenda.
That is crazy.
so crazy.
She said some of us are just victims in this.
And I think-
she created the book.
And I think that's one of the things. I think she knows she's evil, but she tries to come off as this good person
Right.
to the point where she thinks that that's all everyone else sees. And I think she feels like she's manipulated the whole junior high school class to think she's nice. And I feel like everyone would say she was nice until times like this. They're like, wait, no, she scares me.
Right. And raise your hand. How many of y'all feel like y'all been personally victimized by Regina
Right.
George? Humbled her real quick. She
Right.
sat down after that.
Because they would never say it to her face, but you know,
Right.
people, hell yeah, she mean.
Mm-hmm.
And then
They get to,
Miss-
what is that? That circle, the prayer circle, what was it? The leap circle, the
Oh my
fall
God,
circle,
yes,
the
best
trust
part.
circle.
The trust circle.
Trust circle.
Trust circle. Everyone gets to say what they want to say. Let
Allison,
it open.
I'm sorry I called you a gap tooth. It's not your fault you're so gap toothed.
And then the girl who doesn't even go here, which is probably the number one quote of Mean Girls.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
She
doesn't even go here. That goes with anything. You
How
can
did
use
she
that.
get on there? How she get on campus?
How she got?
did she
How
make
she
it-
knew about it? How she
make
knew
it to the
about
trust
it?
fall?
Right. How she knew this was going
Okay,
on?
fine. She's walking around the school campus, but how did she make it to this event?
Right.
That's so creepy.
Do you go here? No,
Where-
I just have a lot of feelings.
What school did she go to?
Right.
What grade is she in?
Girl.
How old are you?
She go to Quarterbrick High, girl. Who know where she go?
Quarterbrick High. What does that mean?
You never seen Hey Tony TV?
What?
The Hey Tony TV, the man who be dressing up as like the high school administrator.
Oh.
The key. That's what he the principal.
Hey, wait, what's he?
He's the principal of Quarterbrick High. That's the name of the
That's a joke,
imaginary
right? Got it.
Quarterbrick High.
I didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah, that's the name of it.
But get that scene, and then Janice Ian finally, gets her ability to
She
get
gets
her
on the
revenge.
stage, right? She reveals what she's done,
The
what
tea,
she's
the,
did.
the hottest tea of the school year.
Right.
Listen up, people, because I'm about to tell y'all.
She run this. She run the
Okay.
story. She give the whole plot. She like, me and my friend from Africa,
Ex-friend.
we was plotting
From
on
Africa.
Regina. We made her get fat. We made her boyfriend break up with her. We made all of her friends turn against her, and it was fun. But I guess I did it because I just got a big lesbian crush on you.
Suck on that.
Oh yeah, suck on that.
And this-
Janice. Regina storms out of the auditorium. She runs. Katie runs after her. Regina, wait. You know what your problem is? You're just people just say you're a lesser, hotter version of me. Blah 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 blah. I don't
Hits
know.
by bus.
Gets hit by a bus.
The bus that was foreshadowed in the first couple minutes of the movie.
Right.
Regina George was hit by.
She gets hit by the bus.
The bus driver needs to be fired because clearly he has
He's
the
reckless.
history of driving way too fast, and it has to be a school zone, sir.
How many
Slow down.
reports do you think that man? I bet you he got incident reports.
I would hope so.
He got a report.
You keep pointing at me like that. Ooh.
I got my finger. I got my finger up.
He's got to be up to something. I'm not sure why he's not getting tickets. Cause
No, he's got him. That's what I'm sure. Like he's got.
I mean, I'm sure he's in the school bus. So right, but like I don't get it. He's clearly in the school zone. Why he isn't being reported? What school districts he's driving to?
girl.
Clearly not in that school district.
He
but-
like yeah.
So the reign of Katie quickly comes to a fall.
And Regina, basically.
Oh, Regina, I don't know though. She has some clout, but Katie's definitely. She rose quick and she fell even quicker.
Oh right, the rise and fall.
The rise and fall of the regime of Katie. It's over. Almost as quickly as it started. She has no friends. Her dad doesn't like her.
Not her dad.
Her mom hates her.
She back in the stall.
She's
Just
back
like
in
she
the
was in the beginning,
stall,
eating her lunch. She ain't got
eating.
no friends.
Oh.
She's sitting behind the boy that farts again.
Yes. She's eating in the. So. Oh, I do want to say that I do think, before we move on too far, I do think Regina George did deserve to get hit by the bus. I just want to put that out there. It might be a hot take. It might not be. She had that bus hit coming.
She needed to humble herself.
She needed to.
I guess it was kind of like equivalent in everything that she's done. Okay, like you called Planned Parenthood on a
Yeah.
girl
Karma.
because she was like talking to your friend's guy.
Right.
I guess that is equivalent to you get it. Like your karma is equivalent to what you've done.
She's a bad
justified.
person. She's been racking up this karma since she called Janice Eno lesbian.
Right. Probably before then.
Right. So the bus hitting was in her cards.
She was asking for it. at
Yes.
this point.
Every day that she didn't get hit by a bus was just an extra day that she had before she got hit by a bus. It was all the to do of the Lord.
Good Lord was like, oh Lord, it's almost time for this girl to get by this bus. I keep on rescheduling that.
She keeps leaving. Right. Jesus.
But
Katie falls. Did she get grounded by now?
no. Okay, so then she, Mrs. Norberry's classroom gets raided by the police.
Right, because she's
Katie
a
comes
drug
forth and
pusher.
is like, "Oh,
I wrote the Bronco.
I wrote the statement about
She
her
takes
being
the fall,
a drug dealer."
which is very-
yeah,
Which is very nice of her.
very noble.
Noble. There it is.
She's got to join the mathletes as her punishment to Mrs. Norberry.
Well, not as a punishment per se. She's got to get her grades up because somehow
Oh, she
She
needs
has
extra credit. She's
failed
failing.
herself.
Because she wanted to date Aaron Samuels, the most basic looking branch of a tree I've ever seen in my life.
God, she was doing so bad. She wasn't even like getting C's. She was getting like 50s on her test.
Yeah, like a
Like, she was
58.
she was giving 100% into this failing thing. Like
Yeah.
a 60 would have been fine.
Like a
girl.
72.
A 72. You and a 72. Y'all could have studied together. Look, we on the same.
You
let's
could
help
have
me.
tutored him.
Right, but she could have been like, oh, we got the same grades. I need to pass. Can we study together? She had to get a 30 on the test. Damn Africa. What happened? Damn Africa. You had to do all that. But she starts her redemption.
Yes.
It's just noble.
I
She
guess.
does the
She
myths.
admits to writing the burn book. She takes the fall.
Right.
She has to join the mathletes as extra credit and as punishment. Low key. No, where are we at now? The tournament? The
The tournament. Also, okay, so
Let's note how ugly the people on the other team were. Hideous.
in the story.
Especially the one on the far
Oh, we're not dragging him.
right. He
Just
looks
a
like an
general
alien.
statement. It's fine.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they found these people at, but they did a great job with casting because they are not pretty people, which is hard to say. That sounds so mean.
They weren't.
Did you know that?
Great turnout this year.
Yeah, 10 people in the audience. So do you know the Asian guy that was on Katie's team?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, that was supposed to be
Kevin.
that was supposed to be Tran Pak's brother.
Oh.
They both had the same last name, Pak.
Oh,
Allegedly.
so hot Asian
Hot Asian,
and
nerd
an
Asian. Same household,
Love that.
same
Love
table,
that.
worlds combined.
I wish we would have known that. That's a
Right.
good. That's a fun fact.
They have the same last name, Pak. Unless there's another Pak at the school, which
The one who was making out with Coach Carr and the one who was on the mathletes
Right.
team.
he's got to redeem himself.
Yeah.
But so and this is where we basically get the lesson of the movie. I think. I don't know if you agree. This is a lesson of the movie.
I guess.
Katie
Whatever. I don't
basically
even know what she
says.
says.
She says because she's up against the other
we picked the
women.
girl too.
Right. she's up against the woman for the tiebreaker, and they had to solve this problem. And she says, judging whatever hell her name is won't make me smaller, or won't make me better,
or whatever her name is.
Something. Damn, I should have wrote it down. Doesn't make me smaller, doesn't make me better. At the end of the day, I'm a Zumi, basically. And she almost loses, but she wins. And she's
The limit does not exist.
The limit just don't exist. The limit
I actually
never
think
exists.
that's probably the number one quote of the movie. The limit does not exist.
No, she doesn't even go here as the number one.
I'm like, I feel like no one says the limit does not exist as much as they used to. But like at one point, like the limit
Number
does not
2.
exist was pretty hype.
I would say number 2. But
Yeah.
she doesn't even go here.
All right, yeah, that's number
That can't
one.
be fought.
I think
The limit does not
fudge, I
exist.
just-
I think people that was a quotable point thing to say. The limit does not exist because you can say it in any math class.
Right. When people are in calculus.
Yeah, every 5 seconds the limit.
The limit does not
The limit does not
exist.
exist. The limit does exist. But she doesn't
You're
go
taking
here.
business calc. The limit does not exist.
Yes. So by then, Katie has gotten the first thing she's gotten the win for the mathletes, and she's not going to fail math.
Right.
And she's best friends with what's his name? The Indian Kevin G.
Kevin
She's
G.
cool with Kevin G. The math nerds. She's back on.
Let's celebrate. Let's go out. Let's
teacher's good
celebrate.
side, right?
She's like, I can't. I wish I could. I'm grounded. Mrs. Norbury is like, you're already out. She goes out. She goes to the spring fling. She pulls up. They're all in their Letterman mathlete jerseys.
Which I love. I want a Letterman. I don't care what you do. Everyone deserves a Letterman.
They're talking about spring fling. Who's gonna win spring fling? People are like, I voted for Katie because she pushed Regina George. I'm voting for Regina because she got hit by the bus.
Sad, but true.
Mr. McCall, what that name is? Duval. Mr. Duval gets on the microphone. Hi, everybody. Everybody's clapping. All right, settle down, he says. And then he announces who wins. It's Katie. Woo! Katie wins.
Katie wins. How do you feel about Katie win? Do you think she deserved the win?
Duh.
Really?
We
I'm
have a movie.
surprised.
Who you wanted to win? Regina?
Yeah, I think Regina still could have won. I mean, for the movie for the movie purposes of George, Katie wins. But I'm talking in reality, who's still winning? It's Regina George. Katie's not winning.
I don't know. She got pretty high up there. Like when her reign
for like
happened.
3 months she was popping.
And then
but
people,
she got the
as much as people loved Regina George, they also hated her. So the fact that she got hit by a bus and everybody thinks Katie did it, they're like, "Oh my God, we hate Regina George. Katie pushed her in front of the bus. We gotta vote for her."
I don't
Duh.
know. Yeah, maybe.
Because in hindsight, well, I guess she did. I was like, Katie didn't really do anything wrong, but I guess everybody thinks she did the burn
got
book.
their favorite teacher almost fired.
Right, she did. I think
collapsed
she
the
did take
junior.
credit for the
Yeah.
burn book. So never mind.
Yeah. But she got it. She did a very noble thing when she breaks up the little crown and she gives it to everyone. That scene is so cute to me when she passes out the crown to everyone. She's like, "You spent so much time on your hair and you look gorgeous. You have
Yeah.
that pretty dress on." Oh, they get to
Yeah,
every
that was
time.
sweet.
It's so sweet. It's a wonderful quote. Makes sense. Everyone's crying.
A
over the
wonderful
stupid crown.
speech.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
a
was
wonderful
really nice.
speech. God bless her. Oh, also want to mention the fact that her dad forgot about the rules of grounding.
He's like, are they not allowed out when they're grounded? Sir, you spent 12 years in Africa. You're like 45. You know what you were grounded at one point as a teenager. You know what being grounded means, sir.
And he's a scientist, you say?
Right.
He's supposed to be a scientist.
You don't know.
Are they not allowed out when they're grounded?
Sir, you are 45 years old. You know how grounding works.
What you thought grounded meant?
You weren't born in Africa. Burn. You wasn't born in Africa,
You
sir.
weren't burned there either. You made it out.
You weren't burned there. You weren't burned in the trenches of Africa. You know how this works.
Right. Okay. Anywho, I still can't get over the fact that he didn't know what freaking grounding meant anymore. Anywho. But Katie has officially redeemed herself. By now, she's gotten the guy.
Right, Aaron Samuels just turned it all around. He's like, "Oh my God, she's popular again. I've gotta go talk to
She's
her."
got her friends back, her true friends,
Right.
Janice and Damien. And she's got the win, she's got the crown, and she's got the guy,
She's
man.
got the guy.
She's got the triple three.
Oh, really? Truly.
Yes. And then my favorite part of the movie is the second half of the second ending. Pretty much is like a future, or like how everyone turned out.
Right, everyone's like, time has passed.
Yes. So
Aaron's gone off to college. I guess they're seniors now.
yes, the girls are seniors, and Aaron, I guess, was a great.
Yeah, Aaron's gone. He's off to college.
Regina plays sports.
Yeah, she's channeled her energy into lacrosse or whatever it is.
Yes, Karen is now tells the weather.
She tells the weather for the school.
Yes.
There's a 30% chance that it's already raining.
And this is something that I could never wrap my hair around. Gretchen is now the leader of the Asian squad,
which is,
and now she speaks Mandarin.
right.
I thought, I don't know if I like that she
Yeah,
just
that was
started
weird.
looking like
That was
them.
random. Right.
Sure. I think it's a funny scene, but I was like, what the hell? Now how speaking Mandarin and dressing like that. And-
Right. Now I was trying to immerse herself into the
Right.
Asian culture, and she a white woman.
Exactly.
Like, what that's about?
Which also makes me question Gretchen. Is Gretchen just like a follower?
yeah.
She seems like she was a leader, part of her purpose in that group to be a leader. But is she just a follower and she just tries
just
to
needs
adapt
a clique.
herself
Yeah.
in any group as long as she can be the leader? Because she starts dressing like them. And
Right.
it's hilarious.
Yeah. And
Everyone's happy.
everyone's happy. Janice is with Kevin G.
Yeah. They actually
only-
look really cute together, man.
They look alright.
I like them
He
together.
only
Like,
dates
aw,
women of color, and she's Lebanese, so that worked out for him.
meets his standards.
I'm sure in reality she's just Caucasian. I'm sure she's not Lebanese whatsoever, but for the sake of the movie, we'll say she is.
Lebanese, right? She got some dark features, I guess.
Damien and Regina. And Karen seems like she hangs out with Katie, too. Like
Right, they were sitting down together.
Yeah.
And I feel like Karen's the type of girl that get along with
anybody.
Right.
She's just dumb and sweet.
And then Regina waves at them.
Yeah, Regina's like head nod to Katie. Like, we're cool now.
Yeah.
This is beef is squashed. We're cordial.
The jock girls aren't afraid of her.
Yeah, right. We ain't scared of you,
Bitch to the
girl.
ground. And then we get a glimpse of the new plastics who are also wearing heels. Which is
Yes.
ridiculous.
Yes.
And they also almost get hit by a bus. Recurring theme in this movie.
They love this little bus situation.
The bus is karma.
Right. The bus represents like
Karma.
God
Yes.
coming for you. God humbling you real quick.
Yes. If you almost get hit if you don't get hit by the bus, you're good. If you almost get hit by a bus, watch out because you're down a weary
you're going
path.
down the wrong path.
And if you get hit by a bus,
you're the devil.
I'm restart.
Right. The bus
you.
is really symbolism. It's crazy.
We could do welcome to my TED Talk.
Thank you.
We could do a
my
whole
TED
TED
Talk. My question is, in high school, did you ever have a Regina George-esque person?
I guess I would say. So I went to a predominantly white school. For those who don't know,
You want to say what?
a predominantly white school. For those who do not know,
Mm-hmm.
in my black clique, no. But I would say maybe the white girls did. I wasn't immersed with their mess, but they had a lot of it. When I used to hear about it, it did sound very messy. It sounded very like two girls like the same boy and that kind of mess, and girls judging girls. It could get messy. But I wasn't immersed with it, nor did I know too many people who like had an inside look. But whenever I did, I was like, oh, y'all messy. Did you?
I did.
Oh, Jesus.
I also went to a predominantly white all-girl Catholic high school as well as Jordan. We went to two different high schools. In my high school, so you said that you didn't have that in like your black, circle of friends, but you said it definitely probably existed amongst the white girls. We definitely had one amongst our black clique. I'm gonna spill the tea. So we definitely did have that. I don't know what was wrong with. I don't know why she behaved the way she behaved. The same reason why you can't really figure out why Regina George was the way she was. But she was just so mean. She was very catty. She was very calculated. For one instance, I remember in high school, during like Mardi Gras season, we would always bring like a king cake to lunch. Like king cakes are huge, and like during Mardi Gras season, you bring one every now and then. So I guess somebody brought one time, and like she had gotten the baby, so everyone's like, "Oh, you got to bring it next time." She was like, "Okay, fine," but she didn't really get along with everyone, like, cause she was mean. So one day at lunch, she brings the king cake, and it's supposed to be for the entire lunch group.
Right.
She gets down, she brings the cake, she sits down, and she's like, Like, she says my name. She says, like, Megan Clark, whoever. All of you. She names a couple people. She's like, none of y'all can have any of my king cake.
Oh,
I was like, is she serious? I was like, what? Like, okay, ma'am, it's a king cake. Like, why are you docking who can have a piece of this $19.99 king cake? Is it really that deep to you? So that was one instance. Another instance was, what else did she do? Oh, I remember, you know how, like, we had rally day in high school? So for those of you who don't know, at the high school that I went to, we had this thing called rally day. It was kind of like the Olympics.
Not the Olympics.
Of, like,
cheer.
Of like rivalries against each grade. Like, each grade competed against each other, against cheers and skits and relays and stuff like that. And so usually, and it's like right before Mardi Gras, it falls on like Mardi Gras weekend. So everyone does like a big sleepover the night before rally day. It's like a huge thing. And then like that night before, they go out to like the parades, and like the next day we all go to rally day, yada yada yada. So everyone does like a huge sleepover within their lunch group. She deliberately chose, this is sophomore year of high school, so this is my sophomore rally day. She deliberately chose to have her rally day, like the rally day sleepover, at her house. We had a big lunch group then. She chose to have the rally day sleepover at her house, so she could purposely not invite me and like 2 other girls.
Not 2 other girls.
Yeah, she was like, everyone else was invited. The entire lunch group was invited except for me and 2 other girls.
Who was 2 other girls?
It was me, Clark, and I can't remember who the other girl was. No, it wasn't even 2 other girls. It was just me and Clark. We weren't invited. She invited everybody else. Me and Clark weren't invited.
And then what happened?
We went somewhere else. We had to find, we slept over with like a couple of like our white friends. But
no, just you and Clark? And the other girls went?
Yep.
Oh, they fake.
That's how she moved. Like, isn't that weird? I was
like, oh, you can't come, sorry. And they let that happen?
But yeah. And then what's another? I could go on with the things that their girl did, but that's how she moved. She was the real life Regina George. She was a mean girl. But she got her karma, you know. She calmed down. She calmed down junior and senior year. She calmed down.
Oh, good.
She wasn't on that foo-foo shish
yeah.
she used to be on. She definitely calmed down. But the freshman and sophomore year, she was a handful, that girl.
Not good, better than
I could go on all day, but that's all right.
Yes. All right. Now we're done our first episode.
Oh my goodness, this was all right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in.
Next, we're gonna do another movie,
eventually.
and you guys should come listen to us do that movie.
Tune in. Like, subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
Leave comments, please. Everything and above, sure, whatever. Thanks for tuning in. We'll have to come up with a clever exit tro.
Right. And please don't spoil the movie.
Please don't spoil the movie. Thanks for coming. Good night.